unturned, and I don't know how to change it back.
And we are back. It is my utmost pleasure every week to talk over a Ahitsa. So I am so glad that you've joined us for
Where's
this.
my face?
Yeah. Again, not able to find a face, not having the right turning angle. We're all about the content here at Raging Rolls.
We'd completely understand if you guys wanted to just watch people chatting in hot tubs.
Which, yeah, it's totally okay. We'll definitely get there one day. She found a face. She found a face. We are doing well.
My hair's
yes.
done, actually.
Good.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We are back this week in the land of Trankasha with our favorite heroes as they attempt to finish a heist that they started last session. So that's pretty exciting. That's good. How's everybody doing this week?
Gonna say that was far too easy. And shit's gonna go down. It's gonna rain hellfire now.
Rafe, it goes like this every time, okay? When you're with professional thieves, it's this easy. Everything's gonna be fine.
The Thieves Guild themselves were too afraid to pull this off, and yet there were like two guards, and
shouldn't be bothered.
Fine.
Yeah,
I see.
I side with
Never
the side
put me
of
in
caution.
danger.
So far, so good, but we shall see.
Exactly. No. So we're back in it, and without much fanfare, we'll jump into where we left off last session, which is in a room surrounded by chests filled with gold and a few items that you all quickly snatched out of your chests, including Asteria. You notice Jason also finding an item in his chest.
So, what do you got there, Jason? What's that? Is that the item? Can I see it?
It looks like it is. No, I reckon the old boss lady's gonna want me to keep this one nice and secure.
Well, we're like really close friends now, so maybe I should hold it.
Have you murdered anybody for her?
No, but I'm pretty.
Well, then I think I supersede your jurisdiction.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
There's like stealing, petty theft. Then there's like doing kneecappings, and then after that you talk about sort of murdering their family members.
But she likes me.
Yeah, but she needs me.
I hate to break up the conversation, guys, but we're in the middle of a fucking heist. Rainy anger is somewhere nearby.
You guys all find about 300 gold pieces per chest.
We had 1200 GP. 1200 GP.
1200 GP we found total.
In total. There we go.
In total, we need to go halvesies.
That's the total.
Damn it.
All right, guys. I think now would be the bestest of times to how do they say? Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Stationary.
Head over to the door. Yeah, Hector. Yeah, this is like the worst part because then we get caught, we are in trouble. I'm gonna go over to the door and just peek out, make sure there's no one waiting for us to ambush.
Sure. Go ahead, and you can walk out there.
How about we go out the same way that we came in?
I like this idea, and that our rope is still hanging from the roof.
As you walk out, the rope is still hanging really strongly against the tie-off point, and your unconscious witness still is lying there sleeping where you left them. Tied up now, I think, because you knocked them out. You just tied them, or did you knock them out physically?
No, they were asleep. The sleep spell.
Because that was only a minute.
Yeah,
you tied her up as well.
She woke up and she was starting to scream.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah, she got bound.
Oh dear.
I look at the party and I pull out a dagger and I say, "No witness." No, I don't.
Oh my god.
My god, that got dark real fast.
I think
Just
you can look at her
come
and
with
say
us
no
now.
witnesses.
Let's go. and start climbing up the
Jason!
rope.
I want to make Jason goes ahead of me. Go ahead.
Oh, Jason is happily going. Jason is first out. Like, he's not going to wait around. As he quickly climbs the rope, an expert in this as he hops onto the roof. Looking down at all of you, he says, "Looks like the coast is clear. Come on." And he begins to make his way down the other side.
No, I'll follow.
Rafe showboating and not actually using the rope.
Just I think of him as like walking, like paw in front of each other, not even like climbing, just like sticking to a wall surface like Spider-Man.
So we're going back up and over the roof, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Clicking the boots of levitation, and off we go over the roof.
Do you click your heels together? Is that how they activate?
It is now.
Just
But I want to
beautiful.
make sure I'm the last one to leave, and I'm collecting my rope and taking it with me.
All right, cool. So you're just levitating up the top, above the roof, so
Just
as a guide. Cool.
Yep, and then just breakneck pace, I reckon, just straight for the like as we get up on the roof.
Can I make a quick dash across the garden?
Where are you trying to go?
Just to the tree line again.
Yeah, sure. You guys can all dash your way comfortably over there. Feel free, unless I call you to stop. You guys are unspotted, relatively.
Henry, is it always this easy?
I think now we should definitely be more cautious. I think everyone should do their best to be from here until we get out of here, to be as quiet as possible. I'm then going to roll stealth.
Beautiful.
Oh, damn it! No, I have no wild shape. Damn it.
With an 11 with my stealth. Yeah.
Cool. Well done. Nice. Anybody else wanna try to stealth?
Is this
Yes,
completely
I shall.
walled in at the moment? Or was it sort of
so
fenced?
it was a
iron?
fence. It was a fence, so you can still
Does it
see.
see? We can see through it.
I'm gonna cast guidance and then I'll do stealth. I love guidance. It's like my favorite thing ever.
It's a cheat.
What
I
can
will-
we see?
I will
happening on the
slowly
other side of the fence?
come down to the ground and yes, copy
don't
Henry's
cast
movements
it.
and back to the wall
So-
and stealth.
Passively, you guys all seem to notice that whatever fire was started now seems very much under control.
Sorry.
Gotta
I
go,
should
gotta
do
go.
My thingamabob.
Gotta go. Come on.
Where's
come on,
everyone?
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone,
Run.
come on.
They're still
Let's
trying
run.
to get.
Plus.
No.
Just on, come on.
No.
Wait, Jason's not
Oh, there
coming?
we go.
No, he's coming. He's very much coming. He quickly goes back into the gate and he sneaks out. And he says,
Yeah, 14. I beat
"Come on,
Henry.
go!" And he
Okay.
begins to sneak his way out.
Alright.
Quickly, like not even looking back at you guys,
Stop.
as he starts really quickly navigating through the city streets.
Yeah, I follow behind.
Awesome. So you guys all make your way out of there as best you can, with this sort of jiggling bag of money in one hand and an artifact of some in another. As you begin to make your way out, you leave the district undisturbed.
Halfway through, and like every 30 seconds or so, I do want to check around and look behind me and make perception checks,
Good. Give me
just to
a
make sure we're not being followed.
perception check to sort of encapsulate your.
I
success.
guide Malchus.
Nice.
So you get a D4, Malchus. 4. Yeah, put that D4 in. No. Roll a D4.
Add that D4. Nice.
Yeah.
As you progress, there's no obvious evidence of being followed. There's nobody behind you with a newspaper. It seems to be good. As you begin to sort of wander forward and keep checking over your shoulder, you make your way back to the Thieves Guild entrance by the river without too much hassle.
Before we get in, I just want to just on. Did you get the thing?
Yes.
Do you still have it?
Of course I
Can
do.
What is it? Like, can you show us what it is before we go in? Just want to make sure that we got the right
It was
thing.
shiny and pointy.
Yes, that's exactly it. And I'm sure that when we get inside, you can have plenty of a look. But let's not show the stolen artifact out here in the open, shall we? And he turns his back and begins to walk into the entrance.
I'll follow.
Yep, following behind. Kind of a little bit.
We'll follow.
Hector's rather walking on air at the moment at the adrenaline of having just stolen some stuff off people. They deserved it, but he's still feeling pretty buzzed. Like, he's all jittery and like, oh my god, we just did that.
So just as the last time, you make your way through the entrances, and you make your way through the tunnels as the navigation of them seem to be a first offense in most aspects of this place. When finally, after what seems like an age, you find your way into that central chamber where you all met Altalas last time, and she, sitting again on her throne, stands up in excitement seeing you all arrive, and she says, "Well then, did you do it? Did you get it?"
Yeah, wait, nothing but a thing.
Nothing but a thing. And
What?
Jason says, "Yes, indeed,
Sorry.
we got it." And he walks up, and you see him take a 5-sided metal object, and he sort of gently tosses it to her, and she catches it with one hand. She brings it up to her eyes and inspects it, and she says, "Well, it looks all right. We'll have to get the artificer to have a look at it, but let's hope that that's the end of it." And she
What?
says, "And the rest of you, did you find anything? Did you find items that you were after?"
Yes, I have this wonderful wand of frog touch for you, milady. And I'll hold out the wand for her.
Oh, she's like, "Well, thank you. Does this mean that this is one you do not want?"
Nope.
Well, I'll take that. And how many did you gather all in total?
I think we just found the one thing, right? That was all we found, right, Finry? Just
Well,
your
the two
one,
things,
right?
but the main.
Just on is just like.
I got a potion.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
now?
I did.
Something worth slipping into our drinks tonight?
I don't think we need it. And then I try and do a wink again. The two
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Yes.
charisma or performance?
You can do a performance check.
Oh, where is it?
How well
Mine
you
is-
perform.
Where is performance? There you go. 12.
Yeah, with compelling sort of performance, your eye, one of them opens up real wide and the other one goes real narrow, as you give her the world's least subtle wink ever. But she receives it well, and you see her with a trained smile look towards you
Trained.
confidently, and you see her luscious lashes wink over at you with all the intention of making you blush.
So, do I get to find out what that is?
Oh,
And I'm like twirling my hair.
the star you mean?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Oh, it is indeed. No, I'm actually waiting for our artificer as well. I've heard it's
We
important.
have one.
we have an artificer.
Excuse
Like,
me.
help
Yes.
you.
Here.
Hector,
Hector.
Can I help you with that? I can have a look at that right now.
No,
if you
I think
please.
I appreciate it, but as you have to understand, we have to be quite careful who we use, and the poor guy is contracted. If I don't use him once in a while, I'll lose him entirely, and then where would we be? An artificer with the knowledge of every item we have in the business,
Miss-
out and about in town. Won't do.
Miss Altalas, look, I completely understand the nature of these contracts and these negotiations. What say that I look at it for you for now for nothing, and that your artificer can look at it later, and then at least you have a second opinion.
Now, tell me this. Why are you so interested in understanding the nature of this little item?
Just call it a builder's curiosity.
It's really pretty.
Give me a persuasion check.
Probably not one of Hector's strong
No, not
suits.
you. Hector.
this
Hector's
is
trying
nice.
Can I assist by saying, well, we did go to a lot of trouble for you, and I think like a second set of eyes is very useful in these endeavors. You don't want to be ripped off.
And surely
can I
you'd be
guide
plenty
Hector?
compensated. How many guidance do you have? Is that a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Mate.
But
It's
how
broken.
do how no but you
Hector, please roll
is it
1d4.
do you no. What do you have to do in order to cast guidance? Because if there's any sort of is only touch, or is there some other component to
It's
it?
touch.
Is it just touch, or is there a
Okay,
verbal?
let me go and do
Yeah,
this.
no, it's verbal and semantic, so it's
Because
touch.
if you're like guidance blast, then
No,
I think
you're like,
she's gonna
I
see
guide
through your
Hector.
shit. Yeah, but what's the
Like,
word
I
you
guide
say?
Hector and I touch his
What's
shoulder.
the word you say?
I guide you.
In front of the person that he's trying to
Well, okay.
convince.
Hey, Hector, let me help guide you.
And I'm pretty sure that's not the spell. That's not the spell.
I think he means, do
Like-
you say abracadabra?
When you were in spell college, you were learning magic. They were not like, and this one, it's a bit weird. The only way we've gotten the spell to work is, hey Hector, I'm gonna guide you. It's a cool.
Fine, let me roleplay how to do guidance. Gosh.
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna Google it.
role playing it, except when you're trying to do it in front of the person you're trying to fool.
Well, it
Oh, yeah,
it
that
does
makes
say
sense.
in the spell
I
description.
never said she was smart, okay?
It does say in the spell
Never said
description.
she
It
was
does
smart.
have V and S, but it doesn't specify what you have to say. It literally just says you touch one willing creature once before the spell
as
is cast
long
from
as you
all
give me a
D4.
compelling verbal component that would make sense for a spell cast, then I will use it. But it's not just a random sentence, because that's not how spells work.
Fine.
In any
Or-
case, look, Asteria can. I think I picture her sort of fumbling over what she's trying to do and not be seen. But in the meantime, I rolled a 9, but I am going to use my minor blessing anyway.
And I will give you advantage with Finnery's help.
Huh. Let's try
Ooh.
that first.
Just because advantage and helping someone doesn't require magical spellcasting.
Yes.
Better. 22. I'll hold on to the minor blessing then.
Go with the minor blessing. Just like super convince her.
She looks at you and she says, "You know what? You talk about professional curiosity. I have to be honest. I am quite curious myself, and I would be lying if I said I wouldn't want to know just that smidgen earlier." And she turns to you, Asteria, and she's like, "You know I'm no good with waiting." And she smiles.
Oh, no.
She then walks up to you, Finnery, and she says, "All right, well, here you go then. Do your magic."
You mean Hector?
Finnery or Hector?
Sorry, Hector. My apologies.
Oh, thank you. And Hector, I'll take it, and I sort of scurry off to the nearby table with all the alchemist junk on it, and I will find my character sheet and.
As you guys are waiting for that, Jason whispers to her, and she smiles and says, "Oh, Jason just informed me that perhaps your accounting of the items was a little bit skew, and there was perhaps some gold that was acquired."
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There was...
Oh yes. Sorry. It's just all very exciting. You know, the adrenaline can sometimes play tricks on the memory.
I had no doubt. I would not. Sorry, did you say 300 gold?
Yeah.
Again, it must be the adrenaline, but I think that you might be confusing that, because I have it written down here that half of the stash is 600 gold.
Wait, what?
It's at least 300 gold, yes.
At least, yes, indeed, and at most 1,200 if we're
Wait,
being.
what? How is
Yeah.
there that much gold?
Did anybody explain to her how numbers work?
Wait. Wait, are you saying we have more than 300 gold? Okay, I'm really confused now. How about we just ignore me?
My darling, please. I appreciate you're trying very hard to have a bit of a practical joke on me, and I do love a practical joke, but let's save the practical jokes for later when business isn't involved, shall we?
Gosh.
So for the sake, Hector, you find all of the components and things that you would need to perform the room.
Sorry, guys. I thought I'd misplaced them.
This is a spell that's often cast on this particular table by her particular alchemist.
So then I cast Identify on it. I don't want to consume a spell slots.
So you're ritual casting that?
Yes, ritual casting that, yes.
So you spend a couple of minutes as you ritual cast this, and the conversation keeps going. Are you guys going to reveal to her the other items that were there, or are you going to continue to try and blindside her?
I gave her my frog wand, and I will be polite and courteous, and I will hand over half of the amount that I found.
What was the deal?
Because there was a other thing that I'm after more so than the money.
I believe from memory it was a 50-50 split on the gold and items, but you guys get first pick at your half of the items, except for the one item that she wanted.
How much gold did the party actually get? I thought it was 300.
1,200.
1,200.
1,200 divided by 2, because we're going halvesies.
Okay.
And then by however many we were at the time.
I will happily give you 100 each after the division, because who knows who was there at this point.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. And as I hand over the money as well to her, and I'll say, and about our deal with the... That's okay. And our deal with helping with the decoding, the decoder that I need.
Now, being a good faith practitioner, I've already arranged for them to meet us here tomorrow afternoon. So they'll be in, and hopefully you can then sit with them and help decode some of what you're after.
Thank you, milady. Your kindness knows no bounds.
And as
bow
well,
very low.
And she kind of bows a little bit at you, not being used to being bowed to in the criminal underworld. And she says, and about the rest of those items, did you decide which ones that you wanted to keep and which ones that I wanted, that I should have?
I'm calling out while No, I'm going to wait. Not going to do anything. Sorry. Carry on. Who got what? I have a list written down of who got what, at least what I managed to capture.
You got a ring of attract dead things.
Yes.
Malchus got a belt.
Yeah, I got the useless belt buckle of the ear ringing.
Rafe got a poison detector.
Poison people ring, which kind of sounds somewhat useful.
Yes.
Hold on to
that. That as a spell. So, like,
Harm got
I can cast it as a ritual.
Harm got the chalice, which was holy crap, that was so good. That's the holy symbol of Anubis. So I'm going to assume he's not going to want to give that up.
Hey guys,
won't be giving that
if you speak Harm's name into a mirror 3 times, he appears.
Oh, he's there. Oh,
hey,
and he serves the Master Anubis.
He does. What do you intend to do with the poison monocle, Rafe? What's the plan? It could be useful, but for what?
Detecting poison people.
Wouldn't the
But
poison
it's
people we
not
care
fair.
about
No,
be?
you have the ability to detect
one of us
poison, but you don't have the ability to see who is poisoned.
Yeah. See, if one of us is not feeling well, we just touch them and heal. We've got 3 healers in the group.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want Harm to touch me.
Yeah, but at least,
I'm a healer.
assuming someone's feeling a bit shitty, you at least can then work out that they have been poisoned without having to dump a bunch of spells and go, oh no, it's not poison. He's cursed, or...
Anyway, let's park that one for a
It's better
moment.
than the rod of frog shit.
Actually,
Oh,
it's super
okay,
useful
it's
if you're
already
somebody.
ahead.
Super
I
useful
know-
if you're somebody who's in combat a lot.
Yeah, I know Hector got the bone ring, the dead detector, and
No, the dead
Asteria
attract.
got the dead attractor. Let me cross that out. Attractor. That's fantastic. I want to keep that in the party.
It's a
What?
bone magnet.
It's a bone mag.
Oh my god.
And Asteria got
Robert.
that bottled love.
That's
Yes.
a question. Are we short resting while this is happening?
Sure. So yeah, the deal was that you guys could keep half, and that she would allow you to choose the first half. So you got first dibs. So you can assume that she has been told how many items were collected based on Jason's understanding. So do with that as you see fit, but know that she doesn't seem like the kind of person that's exactly being forgiving in the past about being screwed over in a deal.
I think we should be honest.
Yeah, I'll throw my useless belt buckle at her feet and say, "Here, yeah, have this. It's a piece of trash."
So it's like one more item then for her, and then that's half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I will swap you a ring of detect poison people for the frog jumpy stick thing that we're not even
Wait,
sure
we
what it
already
does.
gave
It's
that.
at the moment it's just keeping in mind we don't actually know what these are.
I'm happy for you guys to play it a little bit strategically. That's not a problem.
Yeah, so what? So then take the thing back, and then there's two things to get.
Yeah,
so...
she says you just put them all down here, take what you want, and leave the ones behind that I can have. Hector, how are you going over there with the identification?
Yep, go ahead.
And you have just figured out what this thing is. It looks to be a metal 5-sided star that can be incredibly useful to apply a gravitational force upon an item. So, for example, if you were to put this on, let's say, a stack of parchment, it would keep it on the table even in light winds.
Wait, what?
It's a paperweight. It's a fucking paperweight.
Wait a second. Can I ask a clarifying question here, DM?
It's not
Is-
magic at all.
Oh, okay, right. I was going to say, is it something which has so much mass that things are attracted to it? Not quite at that level.
Okay, so it's a paperweight.
I'll tell
If you were to investigate it, can you see, like, does it twist? Is there
No,
a puzzle
from
aspect to
the
it?
entire identification, there's nothing to it. It's surprisingly a piece of metal that you're immediately baffled by the fact that she went through a lot of that effort for nothing, effectively.
So I'm going to bring it back
just
over.
settles.
Hector brings it back over. Ms. Altalis, I'm curious, what was it that piqued your interest about this particular item? If I can understand that, I might be able to understand more about what this is.
Well, this little item was said to be, I think I would call it a missing puzzle piece, a bridge, so to speak. It was designed to potentially give us a few more options when it came to creating magic items for the guild. And she smiles. She says, "I think that's all you need to know."
So
Okay.
a key of sorts?
Oh, it was more. How would I say it? A converter.
A converter of... Do I understand if it's mechanical of any sort, or is it just like a lump of metal?
Like it would have any mechanical purpose. It doesn't have any way to bind itself to anything else.
Sounds a lot like an alchemist stone.
But it's just a chunk of metal
The type
in
of
the shape of a
the
star.
type of converter.
Is it hollow at all?
No, she said it's part of a key.
It's solid, and you hit it, and it makes a ringing sound, and you sort of touch it, and it's cold to the touch, like metal would be, and it has a faint smell of phosphorus.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back over and like, Ms. Altalis, it appears to be exactly as it appears. A very nicely crafted star. And I hand it over to her.
And of the magic that resides within it, have you gleamed its cape?
What say you if no such magic actually existed in such an item right now?
Well, it's too bad. It's too bad. It means that I have to wait for my alchemist to come. It's no fault of your own that you weren't able to see the inherent strength. I
assure you, Ms. Altalis, my skills are of the finest quality. This is not a misjudgment on my part that is showing up no magical properties of this item.
Hector's really good.
I just settled up next to Carlos for a second, next to Malchus, and I'm like, hey Malchus, 2 things just happened. 1, we burnt down someone's house for no reason at all, and 2, Jason's about to get killed for getting the wrong object. Because he got the thing that's got no magic in it. And, tomorrow when the other alchemist, when the other dude gets here to identify it and finds out it's not magical, let's not be here when that happens.
Yeah, I was wondering. It's very strange. Maybe we got the wrong stuff. Who knows?
As you guys are all chatting, you hear a little voice come into the room as their throat clears, and you hear him. And she turns and she says, Felva, right on time. And you see a little gnome standing at the entrance with long, straight red hair and grey eyes, a smooth skin that seems to have a golden hue to it, standing a mighty 3 foot 4 inches. You see him walk up, a spotty beard hiding his smile, as he walks up and says, "You told me that I should come and find out what the items are, mistress." And she says, yes. And she says, first of all, this is the item that I spoke to you about. And she hands him the star. And he says, "Ooh, just as described. Let me have a look at it." And he walks over to his alchemist station. He says, "Who's been touching my tools?" And he looks over at you, Hector, and he says, "You think that you are a better alchemist than I?"
You're a tool.
Hector Hargrave's my name, and you are? Was it Felver?
I am Felver Keldry Jorxix Fargrim.
And you go by Felver, yes?
Yes, or Keldry Jorxix to my friends.
Felver, I must thank you for the use of your space while you were absent in the last little while, the last few days. And look, I must reassure you that my skills are up there of the highest quality. I have actually already investigated this particular item here, and it turns out that it is exactly what it looks like. Very nice metal star.
Be the judge of that.
You will not find anything further than what I've just described.
He puts in ear plugs as you speak, and he begins to do his tinkering, and he goes through it in much the same way that you just did your process. You see him do all the tests, and you see him do the little tap to see the resonation, and you see him begin to channel some of the magics into it, and then you observe him redoing some of the tests as you go, and he takes one of the earpieces out, and he says, "What did you do to it, Hector?"
Heck, no, heck, I did not do anything to this item. I was merely doing Ms. Altalis.
Mistress? And she says,
"Don't
yes,
believe him, Altalis."
This creature who took the stone did something to befoul its magic. It is as described, but its magic
Hector did not take the stone. Jason was the one that picked it up.
All right, guys. All right,
Never.
all right, all right. There's no need for us to get nasty. We're all just trying to get to the bottom of this. So, starting from the top, who can tell me what happened in the mansion?
When we got into the room, we all opened a chest.
well,
Jason said that
you're
he got
missing
the
a few
item.
key things. You're missing a few key things. There was a lady. We put her to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Then we entered the room
I
and
was
got
a
our
spider.
items.
Right.
And Stereo was a spider for a period of time.
That she looks at you and says, "Wow, the only thing better than those two legs would be if there were 8 of them."
Oh goodness. And we Jason said that this was the item that you were looking for.
Jason,
We
you're
have
a
not
muppet.
touched it
Pick it up.
between here and there and here.
And
Can you
she
even
turns
let
to
us-
Jason. She says, "And so far is this as you recall?" And he looks at her and he says, "Yes, mistress. The item was in my possession the entirety of the time. It was as described to me, and I brought it here, and they didn't even touch it during the entire journey. Whatever it was this way when we found it in the mansion." And she sits there for a second, and the room quietens as she ponders.
I
Just
give,
while
I
it's
give, I want to give
quiet,
Falva a filthy
Harm
look.
just checks his book. Just like, J. J.
Is that a J?
Son,
J
just
A?
son,
J
Red
just-
Helm? Just son.
Okay,
Stay apostrophe. It's right down the bottom.
Say apostrophe.
Although no, that would make it at the top, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah, true. Special characters.
Yeah,
wasn't-
go the other way.
wasn't
Go
there,
the other way.
But you do find a reference to a Jorksif.
Jorksif. Just start muttering that name, Jorksif.
And you see Felva look at you after being given like a bad look from Hector, and then you uttering one of his middle names. And
Jorksif. Sure.
he's like, huh. And she says, "All right, everybody, please, quiet. All right. Well, something still is afoot, and you say that you were not apprehended. There was nobody sort of had an advance warning that you were coming."
Well, look, I
No,
think we
we-
did a
we-
very fine job of planning out this heist, and our plan went off exactly as we intended to. The guards were distracted.
Yes, there was
we
no-
got in nice and quietly. Frinny led the way. He must be a very experienced.
We were great.
It's easily to get distracted when there's a couple of crossbow bolts sticking out your face. Some of the guards didn't make it.
I see. Well,
Harm just-
that's collateral damage in these sort of situations, but that doesn't describe what happened here. Whatever went down was planned prior to us arriving.
You
Harm
think it's
asked the
a
mistress,
decoy.
who told you about the location? Who gave you the name of the item? Who gave you these details?
As with so many things, it's a whisper that travels down several ears prior to it getting to me.
Funny you mentioned whispers. I've heard my own whispers, and it whispers a name. A name's a very powerful thing in these parts.
Indeed.
Why don't you whisper me a name? You don't need to say that. Why don't you whisper me a name? Write it down for me, and I'll see if our names are the same.
She looks at you a little bit and she's like, "Well, you are an intriguing man, Mr. Harm. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check."
Persuasion check. Persuasion check. Why couldn't it be an athletics check? I rolled a 9 with -1, an 8.
Guide yourself.
She smiles. She says, I think it's a bit too early to start pointing fingers just yet. And she says, all right, well, the good news is that you all got in and out without any worry. I think whoever is at play here is obviously trying to play with me in some way or another. But for now, we at least got out. We lost nobody. And she looks over to you. She says, and my dear, you're safe. And we can all be comfortable in knowing that at the end of the day, at least we got ourselves some items. And we got ourselves some gold.
Yay, dead frog on a stick.
And so yes, what was it that you were all after? Did you decide the split?
Oh, and Hector pulls out the bone ring and puts it into the mix. I have this, not quite sure exactly what it does, but
all right. So
friendly.
You've given
Give
her
it to
the
Fel.
bone ring.
Give
You've
it to
given the
Fel.
bone ring, and you've given the which one was it? The belt.
Belt, yep.
Yeah.
And what was the last one? The detect
I-
poison.
Yeah, the detects poison, and then we've kept the rest.
Those 3 are gone. That's totally fine.
I suppose
Yes,
Velvet
it is.
can recognize what the ring of the bone one is. We can't just give it to him. Damn it.
Oh, no. I was going to ask if I could keep my potion, but if we already decided on stuff, it's fine.
Yeah, no, your potion's there, and you haven't even really given it away to her either. She doesn't know what it is. She just knows you have a potion.
I stand up.
Oh, yeah.
I say very loudly, I think this is a cause for celebration. Ale for everyone!
What a man after my own heart. As Harm rushes to the gin stand, and she says, "I will have some brought over momentarily." Anybody else have anything else that they want?
A cider would be great.
Oh, a man of fruity desires.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
A bit more fun.
What do you recommend?
Oh,
sorry.
I'll take my ale, but I'd just like a shot glass of goat's milk in it, and just sort of do the depth charge.
Oh yes, I will gladly do that. It's become far more popular. Something
We
from
managed
the
to get
south,
some.
apparently.
Yeah.
I don't have it immediately, but I will I'll have a runner go. So the first drink might not have any, but the second sure will. And she looks over at you, Asteria. She says, "Now for you, my dear. What say it that we start the evening with a cocktail or two?"
Sure. Henry!
How does two sex on the beaches sound?
Oh my god.
Use your potion. Use your potion.
Granular. It sounds granular.
I need your help.
Sounds chafy. It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
It sounds chafy.
Oh, now trust me, my dear. The chafing will be well worth it.
I think. I will say. Just please excuse Asteria and I for a moment. We'll go and freshen up and return. Fourth hence, post hence, whichever one of those are. And I grab Asteria and I lead her away.
She smiles and says, "Don't be too long. I will have those drinks waiting."
Asteria, what's up? What's the problem?
She wants to talk to me. And I don't know. I need your help. I need you to back me.
Yeah.
I need you what we did yesterday.
Okay, yeah, she's very forward. Which, you know, if you're into that, some people like that. I thought about it last night. I'm a little bit concerned with her offering to, you to stay with her. It's like straight off the bat after just
Isn't that what you do though if you like someone?
No. See, you can't just like move in with someone you just met because that's weird. You've got to be really careful because you don't know, they could be a psychopath. And in this line of work, sometimes there are a lot of psychopaths. So, just want to
I
say.
never thought of that. So I should be careful.
Yes, be wary, especially in or
Okay,
just like
then I
be very
definitely need your help. You have to tell me what to say again.
Well,
Okay,
sure.
thanks. And I'm just
Oh,
grabbing, like, let's go. Oh wait,
God.
no, maybe I should change. Should I put makeup on again?
Yeah. You're a spider. You still got spider hairs on you.
Oh no! So Finnery and I go and have a little makeover. Mini.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're
You
gone.
guys are doing some makeovers, and in the other room, you have this conversation that's going on about the consistency of the goat milk, that's the fermented goat milk, as you hear her Altalas asking, is it runny, or is it like curdled? What are we after with that one?
I think I'm Hector. I run up just next to her and look. I don't think he's that fussed, to be honest. Just something which is horribly disgusting, smells foul, and is an off shade of white. A little bit
I mean,
yellow.
I've never had alcohol that started tasting good. It's definitely something that grows on you, and it sounds like a lot grows on that fermented milk.
Oh. Don't let it near your lips, Altalas.
Say, puts hair on your chest. Look at me.
She's like, for everything else that you are, cat burglar extraordinaire, and everything else, your jokes are exquisite.
They are.
And you guys see that a tray is being brought in, and a couple of drinks are being brought out into the table, and she pours them, has them poured out into mugs, and she says, an old tradition that we have, we all cheers the glasses, ensuring a little bit of run over to ensure that nobody is nefarious with the drinks. Sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
And sorry,
Sneak a little bit of the love potion into one of them, and now it just spills.
everybody's feeling
No,
very
the potion's still with me.
Or gee.
We aren't in the room at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys clink your drinks, and you see her just tilted back. And for an elven woman with a fair complexion, she can sure drink as she empties the flagon without taking a break. And you see it pours again from the barrel that she has had brought out to you all.
As I'm drinking, I kind of looking at the cups I have and the leather in my bag, and I kind of have this idea, and I run over to Harm, saying, Harm, I think I've had a brilliant idea that can really help you with your holy water. Do you have some of that with you now? And what I want to do is I want to grab like a water skin, run over to the workbench area, and just make a very, very small, like a large tablet size water skin that will fit just a couple of drops of his holy water in there.
Right. So
you just want to make tablet.
But like leather.
Well, it's a very thin. I'm going to find the thinnest leather I can, and then, yes. Yes.
And how are
leather.
you planning on sealing it again?
With a bit of string, of course.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll
It's
be a
very
bit chunky
good with string.
if it's string.
Or something small, I'm not sure. A bit of wax. Brilliant.
Wax. Now we're thinking.
Yes.
What?
Even
so
forget the leather. You see, version 2, the first one was a prototype. Now we have just a wax.
We're already iterating. This is great.
A wax tablet.
This is lean alchemy.
Some real tinkering going on here, people.
What you figure out is that you can use the leather as a mold, form the wax around it, inject the holy water into it, and reseal it with a bit of wax. And you make yourself a pretty quick and dirty little water little capsule.
Yes, excellent. And so I making this thing, I take it back over to Harm and say, Harm.
Is he okay? He's a bit eccentric, isn't he? And you see Felver just looking at you running back and forwards, and he looks over at Altalas, and she says, "Is it really necessary that he touches all of my things?" And she says, "Just leave him be, please, Felver."
Hey, quick question: the ring of attract dead things. Do you have to be wearing it for it to take effect, or if we were to slip it into his pocket? I don't like this guy.
You would
I'm sorry.
You would have to do a little check on it prior to understanding the full details.
Yeah. Anyway, I take the tablet over to Harm and say, Harm, this is some very holy water you've created in a very small capsule that you can keep concealed until the right moment. And I hand him the capsule of holy water.
Excellent. Harm just looks him like looks down dead into his much shorter eyes, and just puts his fist towards his mouth and just clenches his fist so that his axe just appears for a brief second and smashes out one of his back molars in his mouth. And he just places the little capsule in where the smashed molar was, and there's like a little bit of blood just dripples out onto his hand as he kind of takes his hand out. And he's like, We'll definitely work on this, but this is a fantastic start.
And
Excellent.
as you put the capsule into your mouth, you feel it molding.
Sorry,
the cavity that you have in there, and you see that anybody that's looking notices that whatever liquid was in there, blessed or not, has now turned murky and black. As it sits there inside of his mouth.
Hector just giggles and says, Cheers, Harm, this is going to be fun. When you see what this does, it's going to be loads of fun.
Oh my gosh.
Cheers to that.
I was literally about to figure out, I was thinking, which one of these guys would have a capsule hidden in their mouths in case they were caught? And then I was like, no, none of them would reveal that to you. And then you were like, I smashed my tooth out. I was like, Great minds think alike. Awesome work. All right, so yes, you guys are all chatting around, and eventually the makeup crew comes back. How'd your makeup?
The makeup crew.
So I've done very similar to the previous night, with a little couple of little changes. I've added some flowers into the braids, and done her makeup. It's flattering, not so. It's more accentuating her stars. As for myself, I've slicked back my hair. I've stolen one of Hector's bow ties, and I look quite chipper.
Dapper.
Dapper, yeah.
As you all walk in, just the complete glow up, and you're just like running your stuff into the main room, and you see as she turns to you, she smiles, and as she does, her goblet drops from her hand.
Oh no!
Is she dead?
No, she just could not. She could not contain the just surprise at acknowledging how beautiful Asteria is, and she says, "I'm so sorry. I was caught off guard. I forgot just how stunning you were." And she walks over, and she picks.
Say what I told you to say.
She picks up the two cocktail glasses off the counter, and she says, "Here you are, my darling."
Dingley!
Now, what was that, dear?
Sorry. I'm trying to concentrate.
Did you say?
Hang on.
Did you not want the cocktail?
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Sorry.
Cheers.
I haven't really...
Cheers to many more beautiful nights looking into each other's eyes.
Okay, now say the thing.
Okay, I say the thing. Let me. If you. Oh my god!
Say it.
Come on, don't keep the chat waiting.
Tyler, if you were a vegetable, you'd be a cucumber.
We're not even in the
just
room.
like,
6 damage.
You'll be a cucumber.
I think we're at the rest of the party, and everyone's standing around, and suddenly goes, I feel a great disturbance in the force.
And she smiles at you, and she takes a sip, and she says, "And my dear, if you were a fruit, you would be a fine apple."
oh my god.
Gold.
There it is again.
Come, sit with us. Let us enjoy an evening. You've earned it.
Thank you.
And yes, you all enjoy a good evening of chat. Everybody loosens up a little bit. Even old Fulviel starts to chill out a little bit, and he seems to be a little bit less worried after a couple more nips. And the night sort of fades on. Is there anything you guys wanted to do?
I want to ask Felville what the dead frog on a stick is.
Like that?
Now that we've had a few drinks, I'm just sort of waving it, waving in front of his face.
He looks at you. He says, "The frog on the stick."
The frog on the stick.
It's amazing. The frog. You know when you're young and your mom tells you don't touch toads because they'll give you warts.
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
You have
Leaning on him for support a little bit.
Well, long story short, the wand makes the toad touch you.
What?
And then I get
You have
this.
to give
right?
consent first.
No consent.
No
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The frog touches you without permission, and then boom.
That's
Right?
awesome.
Boom.
Boom.
You can make it go icy, and then you can make it go fiery, and if you're lucky and if you know the right spells, you can go bzzz.
And he thinks I'm the crazy one.
And he says, and anyway, it'll be hippity hoppy, and then they'll just go floppity.
Happens to the best of us, mate.
As he is okay. Another drink. Let's get me to the tankard. Take it. And he sort of stumbles his way over to the drink again.
I want to point out. So Finry isn't drinking; he's pretending to drink, but he wants to keep his wits about him because he knows there's probably one of the high percentage chance that this is where majority of capers go wrong for the other party. So he wants to keep his wits about him a little bit. He'd also like to have a little bit of a word. What?
Mystery's drunk.
Mysterious is like one sip.
Yeah, it's already you were born drunk.
Wait,
Rafe says, I hate capers. They're small and salty and just ruin the meal.
I'd like to take Hector aside. Hector.
Yes, what's up?
I noticed. Oh, your face is very red. Are you okay? Have you had a bit too much?
Fine. This is fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Small thing. I saw that you were able to look at that thing and know what it was. I have something that from before I met everyone that I don't know exactly if it is a thing or if it's just a pretty ring. I just want to know if it is. Is it something you're able to do, or are you able are you able to do magic when you've been drinking? Because I know people don't like that. They don't encourage coach driving and drinking. So you've got to be careful with that. I don't know if that's the same with spells.
Look, Finnery, I'm absolutely fine. Nothing can go wrong.
Hector, I'm over here, Hector.
What?
Hector.
Yeah, Finnery, I can do all sorts of stuff just all the time.
Just all the time?
All the time.
Okay.
All
right.
Show me the ring.
And I pull out the somewhat secretively the platinum ring with the purple crystal in it, and I show it to him, and start motion him for him to come with me over to the alchemist table.
And you guys just chilling in there?
Chilling at the alchemist table. I make sure to get the mage to bring his drink with him.
My drink is flying. Whoa!
It's magic, man. You gotta get it's been 5 years. Magic is the thing now. Weird shit
I like
happens
that.
all the time.
Every day you see someone do some weird shit with magic that you didn't think was possible.
You yourself, you can look at a thing and you know what it is. One of my things that I could do is make things float.
So show me this thing you want to know what it is. Let's see if I can tell you what it is.
Okay, and I place out the ring on the bench, the alchemist bench. And I got this from someone who probably would like it back.
I'm gonna turn and just grab Finnery and say by the shoulders, Finnery.
Yes.
It's a ring.
Your breath smells.
It's a ring.
Yes, it's a ring.
And I'm flattered that the answer is no.
No. I think we've only known each other for
You've
a couple of months.
had too much to drink, Finnery.
Oh, that's not me, buddy. No, I think. Oh, can you move your face? Sorry, your breath is really bad. I don't know what they put in this ale.
Did they mix the milk and got it in the wrong drink?
It sloshed a bit.
It sloshed a bit.
I've just been cheersing everyone.
Yeah, just in the mid drink, you just cheers.
Hector, if that's something you want to discuss further at a later point when you're not so in your cups, that I'm happy to do that. But at the moment, mostly just wanting to find out anything about this ring.
No, right.
Yeah.
You give me a second. Which ring is it? The one over there or the one over there?
Okay, I'm going to almost with ghost style guide your hands to where the ring is on the table.
Okay. I reached out and put my hands on the one ring, and I close my eyes and instantly start to feel super dizzy, but pull myself together and I try to find the bits and pieces on the table and identify what it is.
Awesome. So as you spend the time, it takes you far longer than it did before. You add a couple of extra steps into this identifying process as you lick the ring to make sure there's not sort of just a candy ring, and continue down your path of discovery, and eventually you come to understand that this is a ring of arcanum. As you understand, this is a ring that somehow they've used the crystal in it. Some sort of jeweler has actually created something that can contain magic, but not just raw magical energy, a spell, in a way that you could actually channel a spell into this and then use it from the ring.
Fenry, where did you find this ring? This is a really... I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, I suppose you're probably not going to remember most of this come tomorrow. Did you need a bucket? You okay?
That's fine. Carry on. This is... I'm getting out of things now. It's fine.
This belonged to my... I look around to make sure nobody's eavesdropping on this conversation.
Make a perception check. Investigate. Perception check. Yeah.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah.
5.
I start poking Finry and say,
yeah,
Finry,
yeah.
I'm over here. Finry, shouting at him.
Nobody seems to be looking your way.
Okay. I'll still be hushed tones just in case.
Sure.
And I said to him,
Give me a stealth check. Just show how
stealth check.
How well you're able to actually keep your voice down, especially with this guy yelling the responses to you.
That's a 13.
All right, better than your perception, but not great. Let's go.
Yeah, this is like stealth is like my thing. I have a +8 to my stealth.
You've had a
so
bad
low.
run today.
I have. I can't even change my dice because they're all digital. Well, this belonged to my previous employer. His name is Benedict de Bolbeck. He's up in Cargo. He works for a very... well, both of them are unpleasant. He works for a more unpleasant man named Slave Trader Joe. I stole this along with the thing that I need decoded from them when I discovered it could lead me to my mother and sister.
It's just a ring, like it's not a compass. How's it going to lead you to someone?
No, not the ring. The book, the thing that I need to be decoded.
Oh, the book. Yes.
Yes, well, everyone remembers where they were 5 years ago when the crystals popped out of the earth. Occurred. I was trying so hard to like crystal occurred, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense in my head. At the time I was living in Cargo with my mother and sister. I was asleep when it happened, and I didn't wake up for another 2 weeks. I was told that my family had died by the thieves that I'd been working with. I had to live with that. I kind of threw myself into my thieving work. It's how I got as good as I am. Like, I'm pretty stealthy. I'm pretty perceptive. But yeah, I then was having a chat with Jason one day, and he was very drunk, very deep in his cups, and he mentioned something about a sale. He was like, there's 2 halflings, mother and daughter. I pressed him for further information. He didn't give me too much. And I decided to do some investigation, so I went to work for Benedict. Not my proudest moments. I did what I could for the slaves, but there's never enough that you can do besides full liberation. And then I eventually paid for info to find out that my mother and sister hadn't died. They were sold. They were captured and sold because, hey, what better time to make a profit than in the middle of a disaster? So that's why I need this book decoded. In this book is a record of sale that will tell me where they are.
Okay. Alright, I think I understand it. So the book is really the key to understanding where your mum and sister have been sold to, at least as it was 5 years ago?
Exactly.
Okay. So, let me tell you a little bit about the ring first. The ring you've got here is something which you can... It's called the Ring of Arcanum. I've seen it only once before, and what I've seen it do is you can infuse a spell into this ring. It can hold it for you for later use. It's quite rare, it's quite extraordinary.
Like any spell? Like if you cast a spell into it, could I then cast that spell, or would it be just my own spells?
I would need to go and research some more details on the specifics like that. I believe it's something like that. Yes. I don't think it needs to be something which you naturally can do. I think it's something which anything can be cast by one of these casters can be infused into the ring. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I've only seen this once before.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help, Hector. It's a pity you won't remember what I told you tomorrow. Here, have a drink. There we go.
Hey, look at
Thank
that,
you
a
so
reward
much.
as well.
And it's like, use the mage hand as he takes a sip to like kind of tilt the bottom of the mug up so he drinks faster and faster.
I finished the drink, then I shake my head and tap Finry on the shoulder and say, "So, Finry, what was it you wanted to talk about?"
No, it's all right. Thank you for your help, Hector. Come on, let's go join the others. And as we walk, I put the ring on.
Oh, beautiful.
In the meantime, I'm slapping Falvir on the back, and we're roaring with laughter. Someone's told an extremely funny joke. I'm sure it was me. But can I say in this time we've identified what the ring of attract dead shit was?
Yeah, I mean he's probably done the investigation.
Yeah.
And he's had his chance to look at it at this point. Yeah.
Does he have to be wearing it?
He explains to you, it's like, oh, this one seems to be a bit funny. Who wants dead people to come towards them? Makes no sense. Anyway, just don't wear this thing and it'll be fine. And he...
So by wearing it, you mean on your finger, right? If it's on your person, it's all right.
If it touches your skin, it's gonna draw power. It's gonna make the dead come to you. I mean, wear it if you want. I mean, why do I even really care? And he goes and grabs himself another mug of ale.
Is there anywhere on his body where something looks like it could touch skin?
Do you think this is the type of dude that like wears underwear under his robes?
TMI.
You could potentially find a way to slip it into his pocket, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna do that. and I'm gonna catch the inspiration from last session because I feel like I should use that soon.
That's beautiful.
Sleight of hand?
Yes.
That's a 19.
That's very good. And was that with inspiration?
No.
Oh, did you want to use that inspiration?
No. Hang on, I'll make this fair. I feel like I'm drunk, and therefore this should be a disadvantage, right?
That's true. That's true.
It's still a 16.
Hey, this guy's very drunk too. So what are you gonna do? And so
wear the ring of dead things.
You stumble up to him and you go for his pocket, and as he turns around, his hand just flops out in front of you. He's like, "What are you trying to do?" And his hand just like sits there in front of you as he sort of slurs through his words. What are you doing?
I redirect the hand and sort of pat him on the shoulder, and I try to paint you a picture of cats that fly in the sky.
Like with wings?
No, not with wings. Fuck. In boats.
Boats go on water.
Cats and boats in the sky.
You're more drunk than I am. And he, as he's about to turn away, you have a moment where your beautiful cat-like finesse pops the ring onto this guy's finger as he grabs his cup to go, and you see that his ring now holds the cup, and he has not seemed to notice your espionage.
Sorry, dude.
But are you sorry though? Are you sorry?
Kinda. I feel bad.
Oh.
But not really.
Yeah, but you're a cat, remember?
Yeah, I'm an asshole. And he dissed Hector, so yeah,
He will die
he'll
for
be
his
starring in
transgression.
his own Walking Dead series.
Feldvar and the Walking Dead.
And
that'll be
the series just looks like this. Ah!
All right, so with that, we will have a short 10-minute real-life break. And when we return, we shall see what kind of hangover the team has in their morning.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Lovely.
You all soon.
All right, back in 10.
Right.
Good evening, and welcome back to the stream. It is so lovely for you all to join us. We are sophisticated here, and we've brought ourselves. I've got myself a bottle of Sunkist to tide us over for the rest of the stream. So we hope that you all have settled down into the second half, find yourself a little way to relax, and hopefully the party will survive the upcoming rest.
Survivor hangover.
Can you just talk to us like that for the rest of the night? Like that's
That
really
was
relaxing.
actually really soothing. I was surprised it came from you.
As part of the buy
Sounds like-
coffee,
yeah.
I'll do an ASMR section, so you can hear me describing things in life, and I'll do all sorts of things in my calm, sophisticated voice.
We'll just
Fantastic.
Okay,
roll.
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sophisticated.
We'll just roll dice
Okay.
next to a mic.
Oh yeah, that'll be it. That'll be like, and you can like do you
Fire.
can do soft ASMR reactions like, wow.
Oh, natural 20.
No, okay, stop. Moving on.
Okay, now just hold it up to the mic and just take a sip of that pineapple Sunkist, as DM Adam says.
That was the best. That was the best response.
That was horrible. Why do you do this to me?
I got that in stereo.
Disgusting. I hate you all. We're not friends.
All right, welcome. So, as we left off, the party was enjoying a night of drinking and merrymaking. We had a little bit of shenanigans. There was some bestowing a death curse upon someone. You know, what happens every night you drink? You know, you have some fun. You have some good times. You bestow a ring of attract dead onto somebody that you find mildly frustrating. It's pretty good.
Didn't I? Oh
You
no!
can take the compelled Jew out of the boy, right? You can't take the boy out of the compelled Jew.
So, yes, you all finished up. Is there anything you wanted to do before you all retire for the evening / pass out?
No, Hector's passed out on whatever chair he's currently sitting on.
Awesome.
How drunk is Asteria compared to Altara or whatever?
How
it
much
is?
did you drink?
I don't know.
Where did you stop drinking? Because she would have plied you with a drink the second you were probably halfway finished.
Probably not then. Okay, okay, moving on. Next day.
No, let's roll a
I wanna know what
D100
happened.
and find out your blood alcohol limit.
Yeah. So, effectively, what you she makes sure that you're sober enough to consent, and that's sort of the limit in which she leaves it. As the evening's wearing on, she looks at you and she says, I hope that you make the right decision. My room is to the right, and yours is
Oh
to the
my gosh. Oh.
I shall see you either soon or in the morning. Your choice. And she smiles, and she takes the last of her drink. She finishes it. She walks away, sway a little bit, and do a little booty shake as she walks.
Oh god.
And she looks back at you, winks, and then turns the corner to the right.
Okay, I am on the search for Finry.
I would have been back in the room by now if it was that late. Yeah.
You could just be chatting. They'll all be there.
You're not
Hey.
going to roll an animal handling check?
Guys,
Yes. Asteria, yes. What's up?
wait, is it? I'll talk to the whole group.
Okay.
Guys,
Yes, Jason's there, and Favas are there. Yeah, what is it?
oh, okay. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were included, but okay.
You're drinking with you for hours.
Altalis kind of asked me to go to a room.
To like sleep?
I guess I don't know what to do. Henry, break.
What?
Everyone.
Well, what do you want to do?
I am.
Like-
Can I roll for a panic attack? Because I am freaking out.
It depends what you want to do. Like, if you like her and you want to
I
spend
do.
some time with her,
I guess.
like you don't have to like do anything you're not comfortable with. I'm sure she'd understand that.
Okay.
And if she doesn't, just literally just use one of those what do you call them, the guiding bolts, right in the face.
That is true.
You're
What do
a
you
super
guys
powerful druid.
Hector, right? By the way, where is Malchus?
Yeah, you're in the room, right, Malchus?
He's off with his sword.
He's on mute, but
He's
so far
on
away we
mute.
can't hear him.
He's off with his sword.
Oh! Sorry, my mic was muted.
Very good.
My
Wait,
mic was
so-
muted, my mic was muted. No, yeah.
Marcus is
I-
hammered.
I
He also
retired
seems to-
earlier on.
He
Oh, yeah,
also
you're
seems to have
good.
picked up a kebab
Yeah.
on the way home.
I went to bed.
As you should. No, that's all
Solid.
good. You're back to your muted mic.
Oh, hello?
There you go.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Did you have something that you wanted to do, Marcus? I know that we've
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just
Drunken
chatting
fools.
with my sword. I think I'm a little frustrated and yeah.
So what
Sure.
does that sound like?
Well, the biggest thing for me is that we just robbed innocent nobles, and these aren't just common folk. These are like real people, not dirty little peasants. So, and coming
Does-
from a noble background,
Yes, indeed, but
yeah,
But when have you ever been concerned at who we take from? At least if it's
Well-
if it's serving our goal.
I mean that's true, but these are real people, not peasants. You've
Well,
only
the-
ever
Well, yes, I understand that they're better than peasants, but we still remember that surely you are more deserving than they, even still.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I went through with it. But
But think about it this way: if we are able to go through it and we're able to get as much power as we can, you can make any change that you like, and you can give all the money back to the middle class, or do one better and only make changes depending on who gives you the biggest donations. I hear that that's the perfect political system.
yeah, well, we'll see. I don't like working with these dirty thieves as well. I can't trust them.
No, the only ones that I've ever deemed half worthy of working with were far more powerful than this lot.
Oh well, we'll see. What do you think about the items we got as well? Seems a bit fishy.
Like the potion or what?
Well, it seems like they're almost there for a decoy.
I mean, obviously, right? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really seem like that much of a shock twist. Like, is anybody really going to be locking up a belt that makes your ears
Yeah. I was thinking about bringing this up with just the group, not talking to the thieves about it. Might give us some leverage. We can go investigate it ourselves and see what we can find.
It might be true, but I'd be careful. Whoever made this particular is obviously outthink a few of them.
Interesting. Well, I'll bring it up with the group tomorrow and see what they think.
And she also turns to you and she says, by the way, something happened today that I thought you should be aware of.
Oh, what's that?
It's seems that I have grown more power.
Oh. Any explanation for that?
Not entirely sure, but it feels that I'm sort of another +1 sharper. I got access to my inherent magics.
Sorry, what did you say? I think I'm lagging.
I've got slightly more powerful today. As if I've unlocked a bit more of my inherent magic. So mechanically, she is now a +2 sword.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Dang.
Okay.
She says the last time that this happened was when everybody got their items.
Yeah, I can't think of some event. Is it just through time, over time?
Maybe. I guess you can ask them if theirs also changed.
Yeah. Well, we'll check in with them tomorrow and see what they think. See what
Maybe chop through some bottled waters or some watermelons and sort of check the strength of the other weapons. I'm sure Finry's little salad fork would be able to stick a good Caesar salad now.
Yeah.
Not blocked by the little crouton bits if it's been upgraded.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that was most of the conversation. Other than that.
Cool.
Beautiful. All right. So, which way did you decide to go? Left or right, Asteria?
Asteria is gonna cast Audrey. How do I call?
Aubrey.
She's gonna cast Orgy. Hell yeah.
Name is an ordery.
There's a reason we're an 18+ channel, guys.
Hey, I don't know how to say it. Audrey.
Suddenly the whole
It's
party
Aubrey.
gets up and follows.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know why. I'm just compelled to it.
Compel orgy.
Fucking oath.
That's what the love
Aubrey.
potion's for.
Yeah, that did progress quickly.
Fucking oath sounds like a paladin subclass.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast the spell.
I love that's been added now as a term in our chat. That's
welcome.
fantastic.
You're welcome.
So sorry. You cast Augury, and you. So what was the time frame of that?
So it's for a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses the following omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. It doesn't take account possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or loss or gain of companion.
Just sweet. I think for the most part, like, it's going to depend on your perspective. Like, what is good for you is hard to quantify. But I'd say generally speaking, you get really nothing back. Like it's neither good nor bad. Like it's not going to end up bad for you, but you know what the other side of that coin is.
You know what? Actually, I want to find out more about this item stuff she wants, so I'll go. But for intel.
Taking the
Please tell me
right
when other
turn.
roleplays.
Gonna seduce her for intel.
I am
Yes.
not going to ever roleplay that with you, Ahinsa. That is something that you can be assured of.
Thank God.
And the evening passes, and you all find yourselves rested. A few hangovers here or there, a night of restless turning for some, but the morning does come, and with it the hope of a new day. You slowly all wander out back into the central. Yes.
I want to see if Asteria is doing a walk of shame before she comes to meet everyone in the morning.
Yes.
Finry would get up early to see this.
I love that.
Oh
Well,
God.
if he got up early, I guess he sees the walk of shame.
Nice.
My life.
Nice. And thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate that your enthusiasm for roleplay.
Second.
As I said, second wind and action surge, buddy.
It is noted.
Feline agility as well.
Oh my god.
The cat singing. Just
And my lights just turned.
Rafi's and Keith.
I've been plunged into this.
Awesome. So yes, you walk of shame and you spy it through the hole in your key for your door frame, Finry, as they slink past.
Asteria just hears a message in her head. Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh gosh. I'm just like avoiding eye contact with everyone, but I'm also really hungover and I'm like I am not human right now. Oh wait, I can heal myself.
You aren't human. You're an elf.
You've never been human. She eventually you guys all smell the sort of fresh baked bread start to waft through the tunnel ways to the rooms. And is anybody going to investigate?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I will.
A lot of food makes me sick.
Oh, the absorption.
That is more for your loss, as anybody that goes to investigate notices that Altalas is awake, and she seems very chipper. And she is sitting in front of a spread of what looks like to be fresh bread, curdled goat's milk, and some fresh butter.
I'll definitely be going out at the smell of food.
Good morning, Finry.
Good morning, milady. I trust you had a pleasant evening.
Oh, yes, it was restful.
Springer just smiles knowingly, and just like begins to spread the cottage cheese on a bagel.
I was going to say that went down so well in a beverage last night. I thought it would be a nice sort of zesty treat on a fresh slice of bread as well.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Asteria for a moment there.
And I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that.
Yeah, and if you're not writing erotic novels on Kindle, you're wasting yourself, brother. Absolutely wasting yourself.
No. The goat, the curdled goat.
The greatest of all time. Oh, okay.
Yes. So, your translator will be coming today.
Excellent.
And she's like a little bit flustered now. She's like, yes, they'll hopefully be coming to decode your logbook soon.
Excellent. And if you're not here, what do they look like? Who are they? So I know who I'm looking for.
Oh, I'll be here. I've got a couple of things I need them to look over as well.
I'll eventually come in then, because there's nothing to do with.
Oh, good morning, Asteria.
Morning.
I hope that you slept well.
Yeah. No, definitely. I had a great sleep.
That's fantastic. I too had a great sleep.
That's really good to know.
Yes.
Fingers chokes on his bagel because he's trying so hard not to laugh.
Right, black Henry.
Bread and butter. I can grab you some.
Yes, please.
And she
I
quickly
whack
makes
Finry
you
myself.
makes you a little plate, and hands it over to you. And she says, "All right, well, that's that." And so they hopefully will be coming around midday, and we'll be able to get this all resolved. What's next for you all though after this? Where are you all heading?
I think, well, if we can find Flint or leave word with him. He said something about where he grew up. I think that's where we're planning to go next. Don't ask me where it is. Yes.
Have you ever heard of the 7 rings?
Oh no, I don't think that's actually going to be. No, Asteria.
Okay.
I think yeah.
The 7 rings.
Yeah, no,
Is that what you were whispering to me? I mean, I've heard that before somewhere.
No, it's. I think it's just like a collector's thing. Flint, being somewhat of an archaeologist, he does enjoy his little collections. He wants a full set, not just the one ring. He wants a full set.
You'd have to imagine that I'm quite the collector myself.
Well, I have heard word that back down near Avonrath there is perhaps information.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, that's a little tit for tat. And I look at, as I say tit for tat, I look at like Hysteria.
Can I whack him again?
Go for it. She will pretend not to see any whacking that is happening right now.
Oh, I saw his foot.
Well, I will go and have a little look then. Shall I? And she sort of smiles a little bit and she ponders it for a little while. Anybody else heading down for some breakfast?
I'll stagger on down.
I am slowly picking apart some warm bread and sipping water.
As you tear it apart, steam escapes. It is very nice. And you all slowly start to just come down, feeling a little bit more refreshed. Some of you take a little bit longer than others, but
Rafe's on 2 death saves right now.
Arma's been doing a little bit of prayer in the morning, just been connecting with Anubis and testing out his new cup with this water and just getting used to it. So as he comes out, his eyes have still got a bit of a glow to them, but it's fading. Kind of looks like he was high earlier.
Do I see Fel there?
No, he's definitely not around.
He's not around. Okay, cool.
He's deadly tired.
Oh. And you guys all get together. Welcome the Squirrely 01 to the chat. We're just having a bit of a morning after an incredible night of drinking with the Thieves Master in the town. So we'll see where that takes us going forward.
Can I quickly double check? This is dialing back 2 sessions when Isabeth first appeared on the scene. Was our job just to get her into town? Is that done, dusted?
Yep, she diverted from you all when you arrived, and went into the main city after you were led to the thieves' hideout.
Do we have any open threads of stuff with Isabeth?
She seemed to be a bit of a wanderer, a little bit of a traveler. She never revealed too much of who she was, and never revealed too much of a specific goal.
Escort mission, that was it. Cool.
If we're just
I
going to
can't
be,
believe you called her an escort.
we're just going to be spending the day just looking around. Avolo here. What's the situation?
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan. Why don't we?
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind seeing the sights. I do have to be back here by 12, but if you guys are having fun, I'll just come back by myself.
I wouldn't mind swinging past the house that we broke into and just see if they doubled down on security. Like if the thing that we got was not the thing that we were meant to actually get. Was it a decoy?
Sure, that's fine. No. Impossible.
Are we talking out loud here, or are we
yeah.
hushed voices?
Yeah, is this-
or... I feel like maybe we're all at one.
I feel like you guys are kind of having a bit
of
of an out of character chat at the moment that you can have when you're outside of the building. So
Okay.
It's all really hoarse. Like we've been screaming at a nightclub.
You can always strategize out of character if you'd like.
Alright.
That's never problematic.
So you're saying
I like
Jane,
the idea
you
of
can just
walking
metagame
past.
as much as you want? Fantastic.
As long as you
yeah,
can then
I
back that up with roleplay, then you're good.
I like Mark's idea of.
Let's definitely
Yeah.
go back.
Well, we have we all have another 100 gold, you said, Robin?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
So it breaks down to approximately 100 each.
Yes, well, look,
So
I
you
would
need
like to
something.
go
I have
find
170.
I need some flasks, and I need to find some other alchemist shit.
Awesome. So for general supplies that you need, assume that most of that can be bought here. So you can go ahead and just work out the cost per flask in a post magic future or past.
Mr. Jazz, do you get to roll anything for a new day?
I do, but I don't think I'm in any fit state to try and create something.
Go for it!
That's
I'll
when the
give you-
best inventions happen.
How are you, Hector? How are you this morning, Hector?
Oh, I need to get my mind working again. And look, to be honest, Finry, I've definitely been better. I'm gonna finish the last bit of bread and head over to the table and just,
Do you need
trying to
an
get
extra
in the
set of
zone.
hands?
No.
Would you
Just
like
say
an
this,
extra?
Finry. This is my domain. It's dangerous for inexperienced people. You just stand back.
I can
So
help.
at the alchemist table, I
bet.
want to try and create my experimental elixir for the day.
And you just hear
Hey, Hector, do you remember what we did on this table last night?
Oh, no.
I just give Rafe a very confused, filthy look.
No. Remember, we looked at like the cat's tongue under the microscope. Lots of hooks. Saw me like grooming my armpit,
Oh my gosh.
and we made this thing called Velcro, and you were like, "Nah, that's fucking useless," and tossed it.
In
Checks out.
reflection of that story, I'm like, I can never find this plaything. Where is it?
Yeah,
here
feel
it
free to
is.
do that. So yes, for the time being, everybody can, if you have some general shopping that you need to do, this would be a good time to do so.
Yeah.
Any specifics, feel free, and I can do a shop for you.
I would like to get a bigger feather.
Oh, you're trying to go for the old feather shop.
Yeah,
Damn,
I
you and
need
your
the-
feathers.
I need a bigger one for Malchus.
I love it.
Oh,
Malchus
God.
hates it, but I love it.
Yeah. It's so funny. There's like awkward thing you've been pushed into slowly but surely.
I kind of want a pet. But, yeah.
That does not surprise me.
Can't wait till you put a few levels in Ranger then. Looking forward to it.
It'll be
Yeah.
an interesting multi-class for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call over while Rafe's at the table. Rafe, just show me the sword you have there. And
the new magic-y one.
whatever you have, just show me the thing you like, the choppy one.
The choppy one. So we're checking if anyone's looking and just sort of summon the half scimitar.
And I want to infuse it.
Hell yes.
So I'm going to infuse it. I think I have that one set up, which will make it a +1 sword.
Nice.
No, the one you summoned already is +1, right? You
Is the
can't
+1.
add. You can't add a +1 to that.
bummer.
I think
it's
it
not-
only
it
works
doesn't-
that you can make it a +1, or does
Oh
it add
yes,
a +1?
I can imbue mundane items with magical
So
infusions.
you can make the other weapon a +1, like your original weapon.
I'll have a dagger. I got rid of it. I'm
Oh,
like,
you sucked it.
that's
right.
useless.
I just look at the sword and say, no, this one's already fine. Never mind. Another
In
time.
hindsight, 2 half scimitars on the back would have looked awesome, but no.
I
Just
do-
like
I
go
don't
back
know,
and buy another one.
I don't think I've.
There's probably a lot of people wearing very average armor. Just saying, if that was something
Yeah.
you'd be interested in +1ing, there'd be a lot of average armor.
Yeah.
Can,
I
Yes.
do want to talk to Hector.
can you do
before we
that?
go. So Hector,
Yeah, Malchus. Yes.
after seeing your magic here, I'm very curious what the limits are. Are you able to, say, transpose some magic from one item to another and give it its magical properties? Is that
This is not a matter of magic, Malchus. You must understand magic is just a construct of science. I deal with science and the properties of facts and action. So if something it can be moved from one item to another, that is merely an action of moving something from place A to place B. There are certainly things which can go wrong with this kind of thing, depending how deep that property goes into the item. But what have you got in mind?
Oh no, I'm just curious. Just thinking about what doors this might open up in the future. And are you able to maybe take some magical properties from some creature and imbue that into an item, something like that?
To be honest, that's one I have not yet tried. I tend to stick to my shop, or at least I did till I met everyone here. So I haven't been out to fetch wild animals and trying to squish their guts into an item. That sounds gross, but hey, if the customer's willing to pay, I'm willing to give it a go.
Okay, interesting. Okay, cool.
I love the sort of moral grey that is Hector. Just like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm willing to try everything once.
I broke into a house yesterday, guys.
That was pretty rad.
Hector, can I just clarify? Are you able to... Your +1s that you're handing out, does it have to just be weapons, or can you be doing armor?
Well, look, that's a very good question, but I only have
Confused.
one such symbol for each of 4 different things I can do. Right. Now, I've already thrown a bunch of alchemical junk on our mate Finry, and he is being infused with +1 armor. Therefore, if I were to do it to somebody else, then he would lose his extra defense.
Right.
So you have
Right
like a
on.
weapon one that you can buff as well.
I can buff a weapon.
So you can. Okay. Does anybody have a weapon that they are sitting on that's like that they still want to continue using besides the magical weapons that summon from a ring on your fist?
Oh, I have my staff, I guess, but like
Oh, Asteria,
I'm on the
Asteria.
search.
Is your
Yeah.
staff magical? Or is it scientific?
No. Well, it helps me cast my spells. You know my
I just go and
guiding-
grab it off her and chuck it on the
Oh.
bench.
Oh,
and,
okay, sure.
I'm going to +1 this arcane focus.
Very grey consent. Very grey.
I should laugh.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys do this, and now you have a +1 staff, so it can hit really good.
Okay.
Which is
What
really
about
exciting.
casting magic?
Hang on, is
no.
that an arcane item or not?
Well, it's my arcane focus, so I'm gonna leave it to Robin.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say that you can whack things with it better. So it's like for a martial weapon point of view, it's good, but it still has the same ability to do your arcane foci element. So that would be probably a piece of it, not the whole thing. You've just made the wacky bit good too.
Hey, look, if we are looking for something different, could do a hand crossbow, a
Ooh, that's
longbow, or a dagger.
Okay, so
I'll let
hang
you
on.
guys sort that one out.
Okay, so I have so Asteria, just so we're clear, while you're holding your staff, you will gain an extra bonus to spell attack rolls.
There you go. That's a +1, so that'll be a +1 to that,
Yes.
Great, thank you.
which will be very handy. And with that, and if you're then, so I think you'd have to choose between that and your newfangled bow.
Question: does everyone's bow go up like Malchus's did? Yeah, Malchus's +2. So do we get +2 as well?
Have you guys checked them?
I just whipped mine out.
You whip it out, and you notice that nothing's different. It's still the exact same bad boy as when you last slipped it in.
Still really, really sharp.
Well,
Really
okay,
sharp.
Okay.
It's got that beautiful +1 edge.
Still has that hooked end.
Yeah. I'll look
Jesus.
at my longbow. Okay, I look at my longbow. Take my longbow out and look at it.
Yeah, so you guys are just like chilling in the room, and you just see like patron, your hostess, just look at you all like, wait, you didn't tell me that you could pull a flaming bow out of nowhere, Asteria?
Yeah. So I found this.
Did you find it perhaps amongst the other of the these, what are they? The 7 rings? And she begins to look and she says, "Yes, that's a nice ring you have. I noticed it last night, and you too, Hom and Hector and Rafe and Finbury. That's a nice ring. These 7 rings. Where perhaps the
7
others?
rings?
Where are
There's
the
only
rest?
what, 5?
I mean, you don't have one, which is strange.
Yeah. Why would you assume that these are the 7 rings?
I mean, can any of you do anything with your rings? They look pretty well designed. Like, either you guys have real best friend ring energy, or these are something else. They all have a similar design.
Oh my god, how did you know?
Have you heard of Captain Planet?
I just
Oh
lift
my
mine
God.
up and I yell Earth.
Heart.
Heart. Yeah, I'll do it. I just want to bit into it.
Oh, I felt my heart.
Oh, that's
heart.
beautiful. And she says, "Well, you keep your secrets then, but you've been. I'm not going to sit idly by while you amass interesting items without my knowledge, especially if there's still 2 left to find. You know, finders keepers."
Wait, what? Mm-hmm.
Look, I'll tell us this is our business here. We've found you a number of items. Let us keep evens at that.
Yes, indeed.
You would take
know,
my ring away? That's not very
No, I'd
nice.
never take your ring away. I just want to wear a ring that matches yours, my dear.
Oh, red flags.
She meant more for the power point of view, but now in hindsight, yeah, it does come across as real, like, way too soon energy.
Yeah. I feel like Elsha in the first Frozen is like, you can't marry someone who's just
Well,
met.
see, this is the thing though. Because it's all Syria knows about romance and stuff is through her novels. So, like, to her, this is fine. There's no red flags to her. This is fine. This is normal. This is how love is.
Oh god.
So as you guys are preparing to leave, as you spend a bit of time tinkering here, you hear a commotion come down one of the corridors, and immediately Altalas is like, what is it? Quick, get your things immediately. Go.
All of us?
Yes.
Hector's up
the,
there. Go on. Go.
Grab my
Are
stuff.
we
Yep.
surrounded by the Thieves Guild? Like, can't they do it?
As she runs, and she quickly, you see someone rush to her, one of the thieves, and as he's telling the story, you see she perks up, her face drops, and she rushes back to you all, and she says, "You must leave now. Follow wherever this guy takes you, and get out of here."
But my Dakota person. What about my Dakota person?
I have no idea where they'll be, and if they're smart, they won't come here, because
Why? What's wrong?
whatever happened last night, they found their way in here. They know where we are. The hideout is compromised.
Is it Ryanie?
They're coming. Who?
Is that my shitty writing? Ryanie Anger? Head
Uh,
of security?
oh no, he was obviously bad, but as my men say it, it's actually the head of the guard in the city that's after us now.
Oh,
So,
Oh,
yes.
Will you be okay?
I mean, I will try and disappear as best I can. Less talking now, but
Yeah, but who's the person that I need to decode this? What I need? The deal. We made a deal.
decoder. Feel free to ask around in the city for the decoder.
Well, what's his name? And then I have something to go with.
You're not listening to me. Dakota Jones, if you really need a
Dakota
name.
Jones.
Just
Dakota
find it.
Jones.
If we survive
Does
this,
this Dakota
we'll
hold
find
a
a way.
fan? Is she Dakota that's fanning?
Okay. Whatever happens, if you speak to a man named Dwali Shadowhand, he is the head of the guard. He has been after us for a long, long time. Please, could you just do me a favor and do me real solid and not sort of mention too much of what you've seen here and our capabilities?
Seen what?
Yeah.
And I wink.
And she winks back at you. She says, all right, now go. Don't get caught here. It's not worth it.
All we saw was a useless paperweight
And she,
Let's go.
she says,
and a frog on a stick.
Right on a stick.
Read it.
and so she begins to, she leaves one of her men with you, the same one that rushed towards you. And he gruffly says, all right, come on, come with me. And he begins to lead you down the tunnels.
We follow. Get our shit and go.
Is
Awesome.
she?
Yeah.
Any
What's
extra
his name?
supplies
Is
from
she-
that
will she
alchemist
be
table, I'm
okay?
taking.
All right, sweet. I'll just let you just like do a nice big sweep of it
All
to a
mine.
bag.
Yeah,
Fuck Oliver.
Falva's not going to need it.
Will she be okay? Person, I don't know.
You don't know.
No, I'm asking you. Oh, you don't know?
Well,
Okay.
she's gone. She ran. She's
No,
got.
I'm asking the person we're running away with.
Oh, the dude. Oh, don't worry about her. She survived far more than this.
Just keep
Yeah,
going,
no.
Hysteria. Keep going.
Just keep
Get out of here.
Hey!
Go, 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 go.
As you guys are running, you hear an explosion. And I want you all to make a Dex saving throw.
So, what was that sound again, please, boss?
As the explosion happens.
Whoa.
Right.
Was that a wolf?
Yeah, it was a wolf bomb. It was very,
Oh, that's a 24 for me.
You said saving
very
throw, right?
nice.
5 for Hector.
Yes.
I'm gonna use inspiration because I rolled a 6.
Fuck.
Oh.
I'm using my inspiration.
Okay.
And
My
while we're at
inspiration.
it, Robin, what's inspiration giving here?
So inspiration is effectively an advantage that you can choose. So when you get that, you can just roll twice.
Okay.
Come on.
So Hector rolled 9. I've used my minor inspiration.
So
It's a-
for everybody at home, Asteria rolled a natural 1, used inspiration, and then rolled a a 2. It was beautiful.
What?
For
It's fine.
fine
I've got a
purpose.
major blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got a
you
major blessing.
topped that bad boy right up.
I
Arm rolled a solid 12.
Rafe's back up to a 14.
Beautiful.
9 for Hector.
Oh yeah. Clutch.
I rolled a 1.
So after using both an inspiration and a major blessing,
Can we
you
call
get yourself
out the dice, please?
a total of 5. And with the glorious 5,
Wow.
as the earth above you begins to crumble and pieces of rock begin to fall down, you all try and dive yourself out of the way. Some of you lucky, including such people as who got the 24.
Henry.
Fenry got a beautiful 24. Everybody else, except for Harm, you guys are quickly pummeled by this rock formation.
Can I use major
Malchus at a
blessing?
19.
Yeah, you're good as well, Malchus. What did you want to do?
Can I cash a major blessing?
Sure. If it's not for these occasions, when are they for?
That's a D8. That's an 8, I think.
Hey, yeah.
I'm assuming that, we're
Yeah.
allowed to. Okay, that's a +7.
You're fine.
I rolled a 7, everyone.
Is I just want to double check. We're allowed to use major blessings in this way, right, to get us over.
The way I see these is that they're actually like the chat helping you where fate has failed you. They're putting
get out
their
of jail free cards.
Correct. So it's like, yes, sure. If you want to use the story points that they've given you to make this the point of success, then I think you're more than welcome.
That's on you, inflatable cat.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and so all of you, as you are smacked by the falling debris, take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, except those that saved, which take half at 5.
What was the save?
5 points of damage.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
What was the save DC?
So what did you get?
9.
Yeah, and it wasn't 9.
It was more than that.
I would just like to say that that's like almost like a quarter of my hit points.
Yeah, turns out having a rock cave in front of you is not great. As you hear quickly as the dust settles, you just hear a team go, 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 go.
Can I heal myself?
I will have to be a little bit careful with that one. I am going to let you put yourself into initiative order. Combat hasn't happened yet, but we're going into combat sort of bullet time. So I will get
I feel like
that
that
all.
needs to be a thing. Combat bullet time sounds amazing.
It does. It is pretty fun. Yeah.
It says no current combat thing.
Oh, there is. Try again.
Hey.
Choo! What do I have to? Oh, I forget how to do this. Like, I'm.
Natural
Yes.
20.
Yes, coming in
Right click on your
Oh.
dude and press the shield.
The little shields and swords.
Yeah. Oh god, I need to zoom in. Sword, shield, and sword, get one.
Hey, what?
What did I roll?
18. No, that's not you.
That's not me.
Nope,
Oh no,
that's
I hit that. There we go. There we go. That's a math for me. That's 17.
Nice.
That's a 5.
What are we
That's the
fighting?
highest
What are we fighting? Ah!
Rocks,
Keep
apparently.
Keep running!
Always find the rocks. Awesome. So as the dust settles, you find yourselves in amongst the dust as you feel and see around you many pairs of boots hitting the ground. As in front of you, you notice a man. You see a dwarven figure standing above you. From your point on the ground, prone, you see his extremely long, wavy black hair waving amongst the dirt, and his rough pink skin stand stark contrast to the brown earth that is now settling around you. He seems to be quite a beefy guy, but most of all, the most iconic thing about him is a gigantic handlebar moustache that he wields with vigor. Emblazoned on his chest is the symbol of the Avolo City Guard. As staring at you all, he says, "All right, it's time. You guys are all coming with us."
So, oh, thank God, thank God. The thieves, they're over there. Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, what he
sure
said.
They are. You tell me you guys aren't with the Thieves Guild when you're in the Thieves Guild.
Absolutely
We got lost.
not.
We took a wrong
You've heard of
turn at
hostages, right?
Avonrath.
You've heard of hostages.
Oh, you seem pretty fine. And he looks at the one guy who's like quivering, much more thief-like than the rest of you. And he's like, "And you're with this guy?"
No.
He was
What?
he was
Yes?
taking us to the next chamber for more torture. I don't know why they would do this to us. We just came in. We wanted to experience Avolo. I don't know why.
They were looking
Okay.
to plunder our rings.
They kept asking us questions and we didn't know the answer, so they hit us, and then they hit us again and again.
Hector's gonna. I go up to one of the guards and just grab him by the jacket and say, "Please help us get out of here."
Get your hands off my uniform.
Please, it's not enough. Don't hurt me.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Yes.
Yes, all of us?
No, just
Just Finnery.
Finnery. I think he's been the prime driver with all of your assistance.
Sorry.
feel like if it fails, Finry should be able to just like cleave him straight in the head while he's holding his jacket, right? His hands already exploded.
No,
Henry
that's an
flat
8.
top. No, but with initiative. Oh no, sorry. Wait, deception. Why didn't it roll with advantage? Did it roll with
That
advantage?
Yeah, it
was
did.
it's 2d10.
Oh,
Keep the highest +3. So your highest was 5, and it
Oh.
added the +3 to a total of 8.
oh no.
Your other
Hey,
one
now-
was 3.
If anyone wants
Now-
to spend some points on me, that'd be great before the DM says what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I will like open it up to the chat. If anybody has some
Hi,
points, no, you cannot. If anybody in the chat has some spare range points to throw towards the party in need, put them towards Finry right now. It's very much one way or the other. It's gonna go very.
That was so low. I've never rolled that low. That was so bad.
Tick tock, tick tock.
No, I think.
DM of Doom's got to call it.
The
DM.
suspense. 5, 4,
Oh god.
3, 2, 1.5.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
1. Thanks for the follow, but it wasn't enough. 4. The party fails their deception check.
Hold on, the party didn't fail anything. Finry's a horrible actor. That's what I heard.
And
Finry,
you guys are
you,
all associated.
Finry, you muppet.
Enough's enough.
I'd
You
help
come
it, okay.
and you notice that again. You guys are quite outnumbered as this elite team of guards jumps down into this place. They say, "You're coming with us." You're.
How many of them are there?
Oh, I'd say there's probably close to 10 that are sitting in here.
Hey, we fought 16
Oh.
guys. a couple of
Yeah,
times
we've
ago.
had worse odds.
Have we? Have we really?
Okay,
It says, if you come with us now, we'll take it into consideration. We'll take you into the cell. There's no death sentence for crime here. It should be a pretty easy, straightforward process.
Hector just throws his
It
hand
should
straight up.
be.
so Harm wants to put his new capsule to the test.
His new what,
He wants
sorry?
to put his new capsule to his new tooth capsule.
Oh,
It
yes.
gives him glowing eyes.
Oh.
So he wants to try and make an intimidation check. He wants to clip the little capsule. So he takes that glowing holy water that'll make his eyes glow, and then he wants to wander up to the guard, and he's gonna try and intimidate the guard with glowing eyes.
All right. A bold move. Let's see how it pays off. Give me that.
I definitely want to back him up.
How are you backing him up?
I'll walk up with him, seeing how he wants to intimidate them. I'll stand behind him, very intimidating.
Nice. Your sword sort of
All
menacingly
puffed up like.
floating next to
All
you.
puffed up. And I so with my glowing eyes, and I've got Malchus right on my shoulder. I can just feel his presence behind me. I don't even look to see if he's there, right? And I just walk up and I will get closer, and my eyes start to glow after I've broken my little cyanide capsule style west water. And I just look at him deep in his eyes, and I'm like,
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
all right, let's do it.
Better.
17.
Better.
17.
He looks at you and says, "You're one scary man. You know that, right?"
I'm no man. I'm touched by a god. There are things beyond your control and understanding happening here. And as like my eyes hit peak golden, I just stare deep into his soul.
And as you stare, he says, "You've miscalculated one thing, though, my friend." And you see, as he touches the symbol on his chest, it begins to glow a golden color as well. And he says, "Tears on my side, asshole."
That's
And,
awesome.
Funny
yeah.
you should mention the god of
Yeah.
justice.
He grows.
Oh, I bring the ultimate justice.
He
I
grows
gotta
like
reach out to this.
2 feet, and now he stands at 6 foot tall, which is his like enlarge that he's done on himself.
Oh, that's a neat party trick. I know that one.
So we're looking eye to eye then.
Yes, pretty much. She's gone through a lot of effort just to look at you.
Yeah.
I demonstrate.
You are also indoors. You do not want to do that. It will be very cramped in here. It is a small corridor.
Okay.
That works in our favor.
If you lack the room to become large, your size doesn't change. All right, forget that.
I will give you this warning once. This will not be a fight that you win. You might take us out, you might take some of us out, but there's enough of us here, and enough still coming yet, that you will regret if you try to go one-on-one with us.
Hector grabs onto Harm, trying to pulls his tunic, whatever you're wearing. It's like, this, Harm, this isn't the time. This isn't the place.
Shall we rot in a cell then?
This is not a permanent thing. This is not smart. There are smarter ways to play this. This is not the time. This is not the
This
place.
life is not a permanent thing.
It might be
Anubis calls us all at one point or another.
It might be a
Why
5
would
years
it be
plus
today?
parole thing.
You guys
haven't
come
done
out, you get the 3 levels in your player characters, it's 5 years later, and then the quest for the rest continues.
I'll come forward. Wait, hang on. Let me just read I need to read my spells. What can I do?
You got like 6 seconds before Harm starts casting.
Yeah.
That's why
Better convince him.
Getting real antsy.
Yep.
Uno,
Anubis has been insulted.
dos,
Yes, they have.
tres.
Cool. I will go up to him
That'd be some
and
inflicting wounds.
I will go up to him, interposing between Harm and this charming Yosman, and I will say, "Sir, has anyone ever told you that you look like you would make the best of friends?" As I cast friends on him to give myself advantage on all charisma checks for the next minute.
So what's the friends components? Is there a verbal component?
It is literally as I walk up to him and I pull out some of the makeup I've been using to make Asteria look even more radiant than she already does.
Sure.
And I kind of put up a little bit of rouge on my cheeks to make him blush.
Right.
And I say to him, "My friends, I think there's been a little bit of a misunderstanding here. I think that, obviously you can see that we are not like them," and I point to the person who was leading us through the tunnels. "And I think that you can see that we are but weary travelers who made a wrong turn at Avonrath. I think it would be for the best for everyone involved if you were just to let us pass."
And he looks
the
at you and
doors you're
says,
looking for.
"You, for someone that lied to me, I find myself so compelled to believe you." And all the other guards look at him like, "What do you mean? Like, these guys are obviously just making shit up right now." And he says, "So go ahead and make that charisma save with advantage."
The persuasion check.
Sorry, persuasion check.
I don't know. I'm worried about rolling. Okay.
And I will. This will be the third strike and you're out type situation.
Yep.
Is this creature hostile towards us yet?
They are not just yet. They are trying to avoid open hostility.
Clench.
Listen, I don't want to fight you. I have far bigger ones to go in there and get. Now, to say that there will be no consequences or at least no investigation for your presence here would be stupid. You must understand that we must take you through at least some proceedings to ensure that what you say is true. All I ask is that come with us We put you in a holding cell overnight. We understand the situation. We get everybody else from here into their cells. And then from there, if you're as innocent as you say you are, we will have no issue in letting you go.
Because this lasts for a minute, I will respond back with, yes, we could do that, but, you know, we are very busy people. You're very busy as well. Like, as we stand here speaking, there are people behind us probably getting away that you could be capturing right now. So how about you write down, and I'll hand him a piece of paper, write down the address that you want us to come to, and we'll come visit you tomorrow, so that way you can get all those bad guys.
And what's your name, sir?
Do you intend to go there tomorrow?
Do I intend to go there tomorrow?
Yes.
Of course I don't intend to go there tomorrow.
So give me a deception check.
Which also has advantage.
Yeah, which I'm just trying to figure out which of the charisma things to use for you here. You really, for somebody who's trying to be the charisma leader of this party, you've only got a +1. You're
I have a +3
better than a
deception,
negative
'cause I'm
one?
proficient.
Wait, Malchus should be
yeah.
the most charismatic out of all of us.
I could if I wanted to.
Ooh.
That one was the second.
Wait,
21.
21, yeah, 21.
Yeah, nice. And he looks at you and he says, all right. You better come there tomorrow. I have seen all your faces. My men have seen all your faces. If you do not show up, we will assume that you are as guilty as the leader of this place. Do you understand me?
I totally understand. What was your name, good sir?
You want to know my name as if you do not know it already. I am Dwali Shadowhand.
You are an imposing individual, and not too bad on the eyes, I would say. But we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. I also want to know, I have some private questions that perhaps we could discuss over drinks after we sort out this business.
As you are not part of this villainous scum, then we will speak till the end of the eve.
Do I look like I would be involved in this?
Well, no friend of mine would be, right?
Exactly. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, and I start motioning behind my back to like get everyone like fucking run.
And all the men just like, Shadowhand? And he's like, enough. We have better things to do. Let's go. And he sort of starts charging down the hallway. And as you guys are like rushing out of there, you see you hear echoing out of the corridor. God damn it!
I just run. I'm running.
As you fall down. All right. So as you guys begin to rush your way out of there, you guys are dodging and weaving. You're causing quite a bit of commotion. So I will need you guys to describe to me how each of you are trying to aid in your disappearance and your escape.
Hector has definitely clipped these boots of levitation, and he is just throwing himself along the walls like he's swimming in the air.
Awesome. Give me I'll give you what do you reckon a dex, like a acrobatics check to see how you're just like jumping and weaving through the alleyway, getting out of there.
Sure, we can do that. Acrobatics.
I'll let you do that with advantage with your boots.
Was there a hole above where they came in so that we could escape?
There was.
Through the hole?
That's how you guys were escaping. So I assume you guys have walked through there the way that you came in.
How closely packed are these rooftops?
So they're pretty close. They've done a really good job at building out the city, being the gorgeous construction of the Nandarian people.
That's a dirty 20, Rector.
It's very good. So the way that this will work, successful failure will be based on how the group performs. So each of you will have a chance to aid your escape in some way. So all you want is more than 50% of you to get over a success threshold of 10.
Yeah.
So hopefully be
So
easy.
to help the group, I'm going to be, as we start running, I'm going to cast Bless.
Nice.
And 3 creatures within range will all get some saving roll. An additional D4 can go on that.
Awesome. So I'll let them attempt their successes. Who else is doing what?
I'm gonna turn. Sorry, no, go on.
No, you go, Asteria. You go.
I was thinking of turning into a cat because I've got the climb and speed of 40.
Sure. So as you do so, zoom, quickly, your cat-like feline grace as you begin hopping behind Hector, who's just sort of walking up into the air and doing a little giddy heel tap up into the rooftops.
I am going to dash climb onto the rooftops.
Awesome. Again, you just get yourself out of there. You guys are a very good party in urban combat, I think.
I'm going to encourage people to move as stealthily as possible, and I'll show them the best stealthing options available.
Nice. Giving them a bit of heads up.
I want to cast minor illusion and prestidigitation as we go along, and just say if we're turning down the right lane, I'll put like foot tracks or indentations in the dirt of feet towards the left.
Give me a deception check. See how good your deception is, and then I'll get you a dex save for me. A dex check, please, Asteria, and I'll get you a stealth check, please.
Some nat 20s.
No.
What?
That's some awesome work.
Speed. Does that mean I have an advantage?
Yeah, just no. I'll give you. Yeah, sure. Go for it. That makes sense.
Because I'm a cat. So...
Same for you, Rafe. Can you get me a dex check with advantage?
And you want to stealth from me?
Because
I can't just climb.
You can, but it's just for the sake of seeing how well you guys evade the chase. So
can I do stealth?
Yeah, whatever way you think.
Yeah. Now I'm on the rooftops. I'm just sort of running.
I'm small, so can I do stealth or when you?
Yep, feel free.
So stealth plus dex, or I'm confused what to roll.
Regardless of your choices, guys.
My stealth was 27.
That's how you should be stealthing.
That's how I should be stealthing.
It's a 19 for me on the rooftops.
Everybody.
Sorry.
No, so with that, everybody's over their threshold. So the party as a whole has definitely succeeded, as you have all in your own way aided this escape, and whatever limited resources were following you seem to have very quickly dwindled into the background of the city noise.
As soon as we start to slow down, I'll just immediately say to everyone, all right, okay, I don't know how this is going to work, but we cannot be our faces for the foreseeable future.
Can I?
Can you stay a cat?
Up to Rafe? Can I go up to Rafe and go, meow? Sure. And can I jump onto his shoulder?
You can try.
Rafe? So I'm a cat.
Yep.
Can I jump onto your shoulder?
Well, it's like you just like. So you jump onto Rafe's shoulder. Rafe, how do you react to that?
Fine with it.
Okay, cool.
She went first before me, and therefore I've seen her turn into a cat.
Good. I did like the idea of you just grabbing the thing by the tail and just yeeting it.
Yeah.
But it's just my DM's brain happening there. So for the most part, you're out of combat.
All right. As soon as we slow down, I'm gonna get. We need disguises, like yesterday, because he knows that that I charmed him to avoid combat, because I don't want to see any of you get stuck with swords. I'm pretty sure that Malchus and Harm probably would be into that, but I think we should, one, lay low, and also disguise ourselves. I have this handy dandy kit here, and I pull out this like briefcase that for some reason has just been like behind my back the entire time. And I open it up, and it's like one of those tool trays that folds out, and like it's got like layers upon layers of things. And I'm like, all right, who's first?
Henry, I do agree with you, but I feel like at the moment we have a really good opportunity to go back to the house. This might sound crazy, but How insane would we have to be? They would never expect it. And all the guards are here. There wouldn't be any there.
Yes, okay, I agree with you.
That's
But
good.
with our face,
Get
with
clothes
our
while we're at the location.
Yeah.
Surely they'll have a hat as well, because I mean the hat you have with feathers are very precise.
No, he was wearing the hat. He was always
I don't
wearing
think
the hat. He's
That's why we
always
have to
wearing
get
the hat.
rid of
He
it,
never
because
takes the
it's
hat off.
Very. It's no use changing our face if they can spot the hat from 100 yards away.
That's true.
Oh, no.
I grabbed the feather and I'm like, I'm
No!
sorry.
Oh, it's right.
Get him
No,
a
if we change the feather, if we change the feather,
takes 4d6 radiant damage.
Get him a fez.
Carlos gives me a wink.
Yeah.
Oh god.
if we change the feather, they'll never know. But yes, we can't go as our faces because we're very noticeable. I mean, you're a half drow. You have constellations on your body. You're big and imposing. You're a cat. You're also a cat. And well, us two small people.
This
I was
face is being given to me by Anubis. Are you wiser than, more generous than Anubis to present me with something more fitting?
Not going to get into chit-chat about theology and about who's better than who, but I think disguise is 100%.
We have
Okay.
another option. There is another option, Finry.
What?
We have the weasel keys.
No,
But that's a long way to go. It would get us safe. It would
It's
get
a
us the
long way
hell
to
out of here. I'm starting
No,
to freak
I-
out a little bit. This is not my cup of tea.
It's okay,
I'm
it's okay, it's
really
okay.
freaking out.
This is part of heist. It's okay. It's okay. I'll put my hands on both sides of Hector's face. It's okay. It's part of heist. Sometimes shit goes sideways, but we're good. Okay? You're good.
Mm,
We're good. We can get out of this. We can solve any problem. Hopefully.
Is
We're
Finry
good.
like
We can't
slightly
stay here.
packing a dagger there? Like a
Yeah, it's very sweet, and it's actually like a little bit tender. Probably more tender than I'm able to portray. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. Hector,
Get your
Hector,
hands off me.
look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
scene
no.
scene from Rogue One.
Finry, I know that you've been in
Alley-
these situations much more than I have, and I take your lead from here. But just know that this is not sitting well with me at all.
It's okay. Well, we can use the weasel key as plan B. If we get into a tight spot, just then we're out of there. But we can't leave Avolo. I need what was promised to me.
Then we need to find a place to lay low. And our place
Yes.
that was safe enough to lay low is now in the ground.
Well, if we change how we appear, we can find somewhere new. If we don't look like what we... I have an idea. What if I'm a gnome and you're a halfling?
just swap races.
I can do it. I've got all this stuff in
The
my
perfect disguise. They'll never know.
I'm just looks at
because-
Malchus like a little bit like.
How about we all split up? We go to a couple of different inns for the night, like two each, two per room, but we only get one room.
Yes,
And
but
we
that's
meet
not-
up again in the morning, somewhere obvious.
Rafe, I think you're onto something there with finding a tavern with lots of people in there. We can
Yeah,
sort
but
of-
not all of us, because
But I
then we
think
stick out a
it's-
sore thumb.
we will never know if anyone else is. What's to say that strength in numbers, Rafe? If we are indeed, these guards come upon just two of us in a place, those two will be captured. They could come upon the six of us. We can put up at least some defense.
What? Okay. So, what if...
How many
I don't-
killing
I don't-
pencil keys have we got?
One for each of you.
If
You all reach into the bag and grab one each.
if you
Yeah.
if we go separate ways, spend a night, with two people in a room, couple of different taverns. If someone gets the jump on them, you bamf out.
Use the key. And if we're all good. Whoever's left over, we meet. Is there like a central part of the city, DM, that we can we would know about, that we can say, hey, we'll meet here tomorrow at this time, sort of thing?
Conveniently, there's a central park.
We'll meet at the fountain.
Is
Central
there an
Park, the
ale?
one that they shot.
There's a what,
There's
sorry?
an ale store nearby called Central Perk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll meet by the fountain with the couch in front of it, and those people who keep dancing. That's theme song going on.
They all have that. They all have that cantrip. Was it the companions cantrip?
The
Friends.
Friends cantrip. That's the one.
Oh,
Man,
is that the
I was
one?
literally watching the reunion episode before jumped on the stream tonight.
Nice.
Right. Is that a plan? We split up.
Who's going with
Needs
who?
to be-
Who's going with who?
Is this the plan, to split us into 3 groups? Is that what you're suggesting, Rafe?
I think at the moment we're super noticeable as one big group.
Well, you're also
If
a cat. I
This is
could
true.
change the color of your fur before. Like, what if we disguise ourselves and then we split up? So, Rafe, what was that?
Harlan would say
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
And she's like, sort of like putting her paws like, yes, I guess to say yes. Ow. I hurt my nails. Hopefully you guys understand that.
Hey, Henry,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't think
I've always known what my cat wanted from me. They are very communicative.
Henry, yeah, let's do the disguises you mentioned, but my God, you have to do Malchus and Harm first.
Yes.
The two
Figures with a
edgiest people.
massive face, massive smile on his face. He's like, yes. His eyes light up, almost maniacally. It's
So we thank you, Inflatable Cat, for trying to keep Rafe alive with a minor blessing.
it's
Thank
okay. It's okay. He's now an actual house cat. Oh wait, no, that's hysteria. Okay, so Malchus disguises, and then we split up, and we meet tomorrow at noon.
Beards and a fez.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yep, let's do it.
I have an idea.
We've discussed it. Unless your ideas are better than the face given to me by Anubis, we should go with something simple. Beards and a fez.
No, because you see, you're large and imposing. I think we need to soften you a
Well, the
little
beard
bit.
works.
No, I think we need to soften you a little bit, so you're not so imposing. You don't stand out like a sore thumb, and all of that black is going to have to go for a little bit.
What black?
Your armor, your just whole demeanor. You just have to change. I'll give you some tips. It'll be like a
Arm
little
looks
more-
down at his white robe and is a little bit confused
Is
about
it
the
white?
kinds of black armor.
I'm literally looking at a photo, and I was like, I'm
Let's
pretty
just,
sure this was.
just wait on the stream. Unless I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. Let's just check it out on the stream as it flashes up. Sure.
As
I'm
it flashes
sure.
past.
Rafe, Rafe, there's the Demon of Doom. He's wearing black.
Oh yeah, no, it
There
is.
is.
No,
There is.
no,
There
I
is
got
one
you
black.
confused with Raya. I got you confused with Raya.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
me
that's
earlier
okay.
today as well.
Raya's
That's okay.
edgy as hell.
I'm just saying there's like -1 to your ability to confirm that I should take your advice on what I should be changed into.
Okay.
Seeing
So-
as you've forgotten what the color black and white look like as you look at me.
No, I literally got the characters confused in my head. The character art. Okay.
It's like those
I'm not
images
saying
where you go,
that's the first
is it white, is it blue?
Yeah, yes.
I'm just saying this, but earlier today, somebody on the stream who won't be named also got me confused with Rhea. You know, I'm the one that shows up. Just saying. It's all I'm
Yeah, I wonder who.
There we go. I'm on
you
screen
guys-
right now.
The two Jeff
Ray
players.
white, gold
Yeah.
armor,
Okay. So.
and blue. There's literally no black on me. Just saying.
All right.
Okay.
So instead of the white, I think we go black.
I'm not convinced that you know what black is. I'm not convinced you're black.
Fairly good.
I'm thinking
fairly
something
good.
yellow. I'm looking at Malchus in real life and thinking something really yellow. That's my suggestion.
No. So I'm thinking.
Yellow
because
green.
you don't want to stand out. You don't want to stand out too much. If you go yellow, bright yellow, that's going to attract attention. Because have
So-
you seen anyone?
For the sake of avoiding the full color wheel, I assume you guys. I think the best option is for the two of you to be locked into a hotel room together, and then the other two of you can decide which room.
I hop onto Hector.
Cool.
Hector, catch me.
This hulking cat. There's no. Oh God! What's going on?
I'm a tiny creature.
I'm 3 foot. I'm tiny too.
Yeah, cat's tiny.
I've seen cats murder toddlers. They've got the momentum. And then the remaining two of you, on your own way, find your.
Am I with Rafe?
You.
I'm with Rafe.
No,
Yeah.
that one.
Marcus
Because Finry is going with Harm.
Okay. This
I am.
old couple.
Unless you
Now
want.
I'm proficient with a disguise kit. Can I sort of just mask the
Yep.
catness a bit?
I will let you guys figure all of the ways that you as individuals are trying to disguise,
Okay.
and we will review them next week as we are at
Oh,
the
no.
end of our stream tonight.
Oh
Oh, what a
Our
session!
last
That
episode,
Robin.
as we decide to split the party,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we all get butchered in our sleep.
So the good thing is now I have an entire 7 days to plan how this fucks you up, which is kind of like a fun little design.
What are you
challenge.
talking about? I'm best friends with the captain of the guard.
Yeah. No worries there at
Also,
all.
we avoided
For like a
combat.
minute.
Isn't there one
I am
rule
proud
in
of
D&D?
you all. First of all, just well done. Thank you. Like this is one of the firsts. Using your ability to role play as a way to not fight, good NPCs.
Yeah, shout
I was this close to having my own panic attack because I was trying to figure out how to get out of this without us fighting the city guard.
We didn't
Yeah, I
shank
mean-
a bitch.
It's close. It's not completely ruled out just yet, but you've
I'm surprised
survived
you
the
didn't make
session.
me roll for panic attack like a con save.
No, that's me, Daniel, not Finnery, who was having like I was trying to figure out what can I do because I'm like if charm person is good, but if he succeeds on the saving throw, then he it's fucked, it's gone. But friends, at least I get straight off the bat, I get advantage on charisma saving throw, charisma checks.
We should, because I have the love potion. We need to figure out a way so that we can chuck it on people. Wait, Robert, do they have
Nope.
to ingest it? Or can it touch this? Can it be skin contact?
Oh, it's ingested. It has to be
Damn
ingested.
it!
I don't like that love potion. It sounds super rapey. So
It's a very rapey love potion.
Well, luckily,
what's
I
it say on the
don't
bottle?
know
Roll hit,
how to do
Noel.
that.
It's
All right,
D&D,
everybody.
Dan. It's hip roll.
Wait, what?
All right, so wrapping up for tonight, thank you everybody for coming and joining in with us. It was been a fun play sesh as always. A few announcements before we sign off. Please, as always, feel free to follow. We'll be doing a giveaway at 250, and as you've just seen in the chat, we are getting very close now. Almost at do we get 230?
Not yet. We are one
almost
short.
Not yet. If we
We
need
are
to get
one
one
short.
more, we'll be out at
Wow.
230.
Hey,
And
DM,
Gosh.
what's on
yeah.
offer?
I'm glad that you've asked. On offer tonight, if you manage to get us to 250, you'll be in the running for the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, a brilliant little book. I have heard that there are tales of vampires, werewolves, and all sorts of folks that dabble in the night. All you need to do to be in the running for this exceptional gift is to be following us, and when that number reaches 250, you will get a notification, and you can attend the stream when we do the giveaway, and one lucky winner will walk away with the best guide to Ravenloft that has ever been printed for 5e.
Gotta say, if you want a guide to Ravenloft, Van Richten's your dude.
He definitely is the dude.
I'm halfway through it. It is so good.
Yeah, and we're at 229 right now. We just need one more to get to 230, and then it'll round us off for the evening. So if anybody feels like joining us next week, we will be more than happy to have you along this journey as they search for the remaining 7 rings. and I think more importantly, immediately sort of figure out how survival works in a post-criminal world.
I'm looking forward to the odd couple dynamic with Harmon and Fenry.
I
We
feel
was like-
bad for Malchus, who was like, "I don't like thieves. We're not going to go with the thieves." And now he's on the run
Hector
for the
and
popo.
Mysteria are very happy
Yeah.
together.
And don't forget, we have Raging Recap next week on a day yet to be confirmed, but do follow to be notified of that. There was loads of shenanigans that went down this session. So it's going to be amazing to unpack that.
Next session.
It's going to be awesome
There
fun.
was, and then the last piece is the Buy Me a Coffee. So we've got a bunch of stuff happening there. It's just a
Spirit Channels for the win, getting us to
Thank you, Spirit Channel! Woo!
nailed it.
Hey, for in the spirit of Spirit Channels joining
Love
us, can we find out what happened to Fal there?
So what?
So I would tell you, except that I've already decided what will happen. And if all goes badly for you, you will meet him again.
Oh, tease.
What?
I'll take that. That is a
My guess was there was no explosion, right? What it was like 350 undeads just crushed.
That's what I was thinking when he said there was a
the
commotion.
popo
I'm
just
like,
followed the undead. They're like, where are they going? Why don't we follow them?
It's either like masses of undead or like that movie It Follows, where there's just one thing tracking you down, single focus.
Forever.
ooh, I have ideas I can send to you, DM of Doom. There's some pretty nasty fun things in Ben Rickton's Guide to Ravenloft.
I will gladly take all of the baddies that I can throw at you all. You know I'm always down for that.
Stop.
Give me some spoopy. I want that spoopy.
Yes. So yes, thank you again, everybody, for joining us. We do this every Thursday, and we love to have you along for our journey as we continue to do some dice rolling together.
Tune in next week as we have to fight our way out of 3 individual taverns with only
Oh yeah. How fun was Robin having to with splitting up the party?
Let's have fun with
montage battle.
Everyone have a second character
Fenry
ready.
talking theology with Rab.
To be fair, Anubis is like depicted as a black dog or black jackal. So like, I don't know why Rhea doesn't like black. I mean, Harm.
Oh, there it is.
Hey Dave, you've got a new name for your book.
I'm not fucking Raya.
They've just gone.
Rage quit.
Rage quit. All right, team. We're going to sign off there. We've all got sleep to catch up on. I will see you all next week. And thank you again for making this stream possible. We love to have you along for the ride. So good night from all of us here at Raging Rolls. And see you then.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye, legend.
Bye.
Rage on.
Bye.